ASMR. Oh, there's the palate cleansers kicking in.
Palate cleansers were primavera. Well, there's a lot of great Italian restaurants in town. Speaking of primavera, I know it's random, but that's what it reminds me of. And there's some amazing Italian restaurants.
Do you go to a lot of Italian restaurants?
Well, I just order with my DoorDash. I order a lot of Italian.
Continuing the hermit.
Yeah, well,
process.
I mean, yeah, because like on Saturdays I like to watch a movie, or on Friday. And usually on Saturdays I'll watch like. That's like my catch-up day.
You take yourself out for like a movie night kind of thing?
Yeah, well, kind of, but that's weird. But no, I just that's
light
like
some candles in the living room.
That's like my nerd day. That's like where I catch up on What If, where I catch up on like Star Wars if they have new Star Wars episodes, which they don't because there's not anything right now.
That actually sounds pretty great. Actually,
but yeah, so I catch up with like What If, Marvel stuff. So if I remember I ordered Black Widow a couple weekends ago because I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And obviously I went to go see fucking Shang-Chi in theaters, so that was different.
I watched it as well.
It was also on a Saturday. Yeah, it was also on a Saturday. So yeah, every Saturday I try to go to like, somewhere. I went to watch Venom a couple weekends ago. I think last weekend on Saturday, Alamo Drafthouse.
So you're definitely getting caught up on the nerdverse.
Yeah, well, I'm just I just like to watch things that I enjoy. Yeah.
I mean it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Right.
I did see Shang-Chi as well. I think it was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good too.
Yeah, I mean it was action packed. There was definitely the humor that Marvel likes to throw into their movies.
Yeah, the campy humor. Yeah,
and they almost sort of introduced the new set of Avengers towards the end of the movie. Like they show the remaining people: Captain Marvel, obviously Shang-Chi, and I don't know why his girlfriend was there. Well, his best friend.
Yeah, I don't know if they're...
it's a platonic relationship that is pretty obvious that at the very least she probably is into him.
Well,
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, the guy's jacked. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, he's pretty sexy, dude. He's Canadian.
What? He's Canadian? Really?
Yeah, I think he's Canadian, yeah.
God damn. We just don't have any good American actors anymore.
I guess not.
They're all Canadian or British or Australian or fucking something else.
Yeah, Awkwafina's from Queens, though, so she's from here.
Is she really?
Awkwafina is the lover or the best friend. Yeah. She's
funny. She comes out in Crazy Rich Asians too.
Yeah, I've never seen Crazy Rich Asians, but yeah,
it's a pretty funny movie too. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, it's got some pretty sappy aspects to it, but it's a good movie. It is a good movie.
It's like a rom-com, I felt.
Yeah. I know
a lot of ladies like it. I know that because other ladies have mentioned to me, "Oh yeah, it comes out in Crazy Rich Asians," and I was like, "I've never seen that movie."
Yeah, you got to get caught up with that for the ladies,
I know,
bro.
Right? I know. I need to, be knowledgeable about it so I can talk. Yeah, I laughed.
I think that's mine actually.
Oh,
there's some. I mean, there's a lot of Marvel stuff going on, especially right now. Like, What If? I mean, have you seen the ending of What If?
Yeah, I watched it,
dude,
last Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, you watched it on Saturday. Fucking great ending.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. Although, I'm gonna be honest, there was definitely some aspects where I was like, okay, we're getting back to the part where Marvel intentionally nerfs the antagonist. Because I mean, the entire after fucking Infinity. Oh my god, now I'm doing your thing. After Infinity War, everybody was like, there were so many fucking ways that they could have killed Thanos and stopped Thanos and done this and that and like
chopped off his arm.
Yeah, they were like they could have chopped off his arm, or Ant-Man could have literally gone into his ear and just fucking exploded, and then his head's gone. You know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of stuff that they were like.
The meme was that he would go in his asshole and just like
oh my
god, split him in half from his like asshole.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, no, it was weird. That was a weird one. I don't know why that took off, but it did. It was a popular meme back in the day.
Yeah. Well, and there was a lot of stuff that they were like, oh yeah, this could have been super easy to win, and then that's exactly what Ultron does. Well, he takes one look at him and just fucking cuts him in half with the with the Mind Stone. Which is like, why didn't Vision do that? Like, true. Vision decided to like sacrifice himself instead of just cut him in half.
Yeah, I don't know. Chad Ultron. beta fucking cuck Vision.
Oh my god. He was definitely fucking Ultra Chad vibes.
He was, bro. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking destroy all the multiverses. Rid all sentient life.
And then we have Sorcerer Supreme, Strange Supreme,
Dark Yeah, dark strange. That's like good though. So
Yeah,
but he's
and
also
then
like
and then he
super
like sacrifices himself
OP.
to fucking create a pocket universe.
Yeah.
And hold it inside of his own pocket universe.
The only thing I guess because it's like I don't know. I feel like they've really underplayed in cinematic universe so far, like the power of magic, like the supernatural side of MCU or like Marvel, because there's a lot of like magic characters in Marvel as well. Doctor Strange being the paramount one, like the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah,
and like the only reason they didn't get clapped up by fucking Ultron is because Doctor Strange like protected them, and that's why. Yeah. And he even mentions it in the episode. He's like, "Why aren't you fucking dying? Like every other version I faced have died." Like,
and it's not like he's new to seeing the Avengers. Like he's done it a million times.
Exactly, probably multiple times in multiple universes, clapping them up. And he's like, "What the fuck? Like, why can't I fucking clap you up?" And he's like, "Oh, it's because of you, you piece of shit.
Why can't I clap you up?
Yeah, why can't I clap them cheeks?" And so he's like, "Doctor Strange, oh, it's because of you, so I have to kill you first, and then everybody dies."
Well, and then he targets him. He does.
Yeah. But even then, fucking Doctor Strange is like hold out against him. I'm like, God damn,
Infinity Stone versus Well, and Strange? It's also because he's Strange Supreme. I mean, he's
Strange Supreme.
He absorbed millions of creatures, entities, over hundreds of years.
True. So he's all powerful, or he's souped up. He's souped up Strange.
Definitely.
Which debunks your theory that he's gonna come out in Spider-Man.
No, it doesn't.
Because he's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. So why would he hurt Spidey?
I didn't say he was a bad guy. I said that could be Strange Supreme. Well, maybe I did say that he's a bad guy.
Yeah, because you said he's going to do something bad to Spidey.
Maybe he is the bad guy. Maybe I did say he's a bad guy. But that doesn't mean that he isn't the Doctor Strange that's in there.
True.
Because now we know that he can escape his pocket universe.
Yeah, he can. Yeah.
At the very least, he's elevated to a level where he already can see Uatu. He can communicate with Uatu, the Watcher. True. So he's able to escape his pocket universe. He did so already. So who fucking knows? I mean, you never know. Maybe he doesn't have necessarily bad intentions for Peter. Yeah. Maybe he's just kind of fucking around. But True. I don't know. I mean, I still think there's a possibility. I think that's a theory. You heard it here first on Nerds and Slurred Words. But anyways, dude, we're already 10 minutes in. We haven't even said hello.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Go Lopez.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, guys. Episode 6
of
Nerds and Slurred Words.
Nerds and Slurred Words.
Goyo already sounds like he's slurring, and he hasn't even had a sip yet.
I'm just tired. I'm tired from today. I was stressed out.
Yeah, we're recording on a Wednesday because we didn't get to do it this past weekend. So
unfortunately, no.
Yeah. Well, I was seeing balloons, bro.
Yeah, it was a hot air balloon.
Yeah,
it was hot air balloons. That's what because you said balloons, and I was like, what the fuck, like.
No, I was gonna go just watch a clown blow up balloons and fucking let them go.
Like weather balloons, and then I was like, "Oh no!" Like think of something romantic.
Balloons,
yeah, like hot air balloons where you go up and you take pictures. Like, oh my god, look, take a picture of me, babe. Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, I understand."
It's the aesthetics.
I understand that. Yeah, it's about the aesthetics. Was it pretty?
It was nice. Yeah, we didn't actually get to see too much, just because the weather was not too great. But we did get to see several balloons inflate. So it was really nice. It definitely was pretty cool. We're gonna hopefully plan another trip out there and go watch them again. Yeah. Episode 6, dude. Who the fuck actually thought we'd get to episode 6? I mean, every single week we're like, oh my god, we didn't think we'd get here.
Yeah,
and we're only 6 episodes in, so I guess that's not that much of an achievement.
What are we gonna do for episode 10? What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Just get pissed drunk.
Just see how many we can fucking down.
Yeah, maybe we should save it for episode 50. If we get there.
Episode 50? I don't know. Well, we got some heavy beers today.
We do. So go ahead and tell us about them. We got some special imported. We've been kind of to Germany. Now we're kind of also sticking to the European area, but this time it's a different country. So.
Well, so again, okay. People have said I always say the fucking thing again. I say again. It's fucking weird.
That's true.
Anyways, I also say anyways a lot. So
that's like a thing.
Germany, obviously known for their beers. Deutschland. They are known for their beers. Mm-hmm. But so is Belgium. Belgium has some really good beer. They got a lot of Belgian ales. That's what they're known for.
Belgian ale.
Which is actually, I think that Devil's Backbone that you had is Belgian as well.
Yeah, I didn't have... Oh, did I have it? I did have it. Kicked my ass. I did have it. I had it.
That one's a dark one. That one's it's a kicker. Yeah. I'll tell you that.
I had it at Alamo Draft House. I really like Alamo Draft House. It's definitely my favorite like movie venue. I've gotten more into films in the past year, and like it's definitely my favorite like movie venue. Sorry, not film venue. Yeah, film venue, I guess. To go see like movies. So and then they also serve like a lot of draft beer. So I always like ordering beer when I go.
I can't fucking wait until we have cameras in here. Because it's gonna be so fucking funny when people realize what you do when you like when you kind of like when you get to a point where you like sort of monologue a little bit.
Yeah.
You close your eyes and
I'm envisioning the dark, beautiful atmosphere of fucking Alamo Draft House, and they're bringing me my beer, and then I tell them I ordered online, baby, and they're like, okay, I got you, and I'm like, fuck yes. I don't have to order anything. His
eyes are closed right now.
They already know what I want.
He's smelling the air.
So
he already knows what it is.
And their fish and chips are fucking good too. It's
fish
good.
And chips, yeah.
Yeah, their fish and chips are pretty good. Everything else there is, it depends. It depends on what you order. Most of the stuff is okay. It's pretty good though. I like I'm a fan of their fish and chips. So, anyways, we're talking about beer, not fish and chips.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh, we got the.
Oh yeah.
We got some bottles.
Oh yes.
That smells great.
Pass me the uncapper.
So, I looked it up this time because I realized I was mispronouncing the beer that we had last podcast.
Oh yeah.
The Bat Outta Hells.
Oh shit.
So it's actually pronounced Bat Outta Hellas.
Bat Outta Hellas.
I mean, that's probably like a white way to pronounce it, but which I guess is ironic because Germans are white, right? But,
yeah.
But what are you doing?
I'm just lifting up the foam.
I infidel.
I didn't taste it.
He almost tasted it out of the bottle.
It tastes like metal because it's the cap was there.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a little bit different of a beer. Like we're kind of hinting at it right now. We went to Belgium this time.
Belgium
For Maredsous.
What?
Maredsous. Maredsous. I don't know. It's like a French pronunciation almost.
Yeah.
I looked it up. Maredsous. I think that's closest to the way it's pronounced.
Really?
Belgian Tripel Ale.
A triple.
Look at this pour. Let's get this pour going.
Oh, what a beautiful color. Oh my god.
That's like honey.
Yeah, it's like a honey, like amber color. It's gorgeous. There's a lot of carbonation in there.
Lot of carbonation.
Yeah, a lot of carbonation.
Very bubbly.
It's beautiful though. What a beautiful
This looks like it should be in a commercial.
It looks like the Jurassic Park where they have like the mosquito in the amber. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, I guess that is true. Very ambery.
It's like beautiful tree sap that's been liquefied.
Tree sap.
I don't know if that's appetizing, but it looks really.
There he goes with his descriptions.
Yeah, it's honey.
I would call it honey. That's what I would call it. Super orange.
Yeah, it's very orangey. Has an orangey shape. Very October-y.
Yeah, not very clear.
Not very clear. It's a little
pretty
hazy.
Yeah. Pretty hazy. Very effervescent. Very carbonated. A lot of bubbles.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
What a beautiful pour. Look at that. Look at just like the foamy head that you get on top. Delicious.
She's divine. Oh my god. Oh yes.
So yeah, Maredsous.
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 Oh yeah.
Maredsous.
I wonder how you. Yeah.
I think it's Maredsous.
Maredsous.
Something like that. My French is terrible.
Wow.
But
Jesus.
It is a triple.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. The pronunciation is actually just triple. It's spelled Tripel instead of LE. It's a type of ale. But yes, it's a Belgian style triple. This particular one is a 10%er.
Oh my god.
Pretty high up there.
Yeah, I saw that on the label and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, it's a kicker.
Oh baby.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the craft beer hold.
The chalice. The chalice grip. Listen to the degree of your king, peasants.
Here it comes. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
That is sweet.
That's strong.
Yeah, there's a lot of like alcohol behind that. You can taste
Definitely.
I mean, it's 10%, right? It's supposed to be very, very strong.
It's strong,
but very sweet.
Yeah, I was about to say the aftertaste pleasant.
Yeah,
Very pleasant.
Yeah, the finish is very, very sweet.
Very, very surprisingly pleasant. Has a good smell too.
Ooh, you can hear that sniff. Definitely, the finish is super sweet. Like it starts off, it kind of bites a little bit. Like you can, like the carbonation definitely kicks, and then obviously you get that kind of boozy taste, but definitely a very sweet finish.
Yeah.
Really, really fruity.
I'm very surprised by how smooth that finish. You're right. This is like a buttery smooth. It's really good.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, you're right. It kicks you a little bit when you drink it, like a little fizzy. It's a little fizzy.
Yeah,
kind of like the Sprite from McDonald's. It bites a little bit, bites back. but after that, it's very pleasant. It's very smooth.
This dude just compared it to the Sprite from McDonald's.
It has a little bite to it.
Oh my god! I can't believe I just heard that shit.
The Sprite from McDonald's hits, dude. I don't know what the fuck they put in there, but it's a little spicy, dude. It's a spicy soda.
It is a little spicy.
Yeah.
Holy shit! You can. Oh, that's very alcoholic.
Yeah.
Very boozy.
Yeah, but it has a lot of booze in there.
So
if you want to have a good time, this will do it for you.
Yeah, I'm like clearing my throat right now. that shit kicks. So I'm gonna start with this. 20 IBUs. Not super strong. You can taste it. The bitterness is not necessarily present.
It's
the bitterness is not what hits. It's more the alcohol content that you can taste.
I would say there is no bitterness. Almost like all I taste is the smooth aftertaste. Really.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because I'm like my taste buds are deadened to IBU. I don't know.
Well, so the kicker behind a Belgian triple like this is actually the yeast taste. It doesn't necessarily rely on the malts or the hops in this type of beer.
Yeah, I wasn't getting a very hoppy smell from it.
Yeah, there's definitely some floral aroma in there.
Yeah, there's something.
You get some fruity stuff in there. You get some like almost like there's like peaches that you kind of get in the aftertaste. Not in the aftertaste, like in the.
Yeah, it smells
like on the end of the smell.
like sweet, like syrupy almost kind of smell. It smells good.
So these types of beers are known for being really easy to drink.
Really? Well,
yeah.
it is easy to drink.
They're known for being like kickers, like high in alcohol concentration, but deceivingly easy to drink. Because normally when you have something that is this high in alcohol concentration, you're going to taste it a lot.
Yeah.
And this definitely masks it a good bit. You can still taste it. It's very present. Especially if you're looking for certain tastes.
It's present, but like I said, it has the aftertaste is what really makes it. I think.
Yeah.
It's so smooth and buttery and sweet. Yeah, it's real good. It's definitely excellent beer.
Yeah,
great choice.
Yeah, right. I was just looking for something a little bit different. We've had a lot of Texas stuff so far. We've had genuine German beer, which is the Oktoberfest Marzen that we had.
Oh, that was so good.
It was delicious. I bought another fucking liter and mug. So like, I finished both of them too.
Yeah, it's very good.
So yeah. So
I'm definitely a fan of the Europeans so far. I don't know. I like
they
Texas
know how to
stuff.
make their. Look, I'll tell you this: they've been doing it for a long time. Most of these, beers have been around for well over 100 years. They've perfected the art.
That's
what I will say. This beer has not
really.
So this beer. So let's clarify on something.
Dive into the history.
Let's clarify on something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Monks love beer. Monks are really fucking good at making beer.
Catholics are alcoholics. Didn't hear it from me,
dude. He's like trying to get the very last drops out of his bottle too. You want to lick the rim or anything? Like,
don't tip me.
So those monks, they know how to brew their beers.
They do, dude.
So the Belgian triple. There's two types of Belgian triples. There is a Trappist Belgian triple, and there is an Abbey style Belgian triple.
Mm-hmm.
So Trappist means that it is brewed by certified Trappist monks.
Oh,
in other words, it's an actual.
So Trappist is a monastery, or
Trappist is a type of. It's like it's like a description of the monks that they are, I guess. So there's two different. So this one is a different area of monks. It's the Maredsous monastery. But the original beer was produced by Cistercian monks, I think, or Cistercian monks, something like that. I don't know how it's.
Yeah, there's a lot of monastic orders. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there is a lot of monastic orders.
I'm thinking Trappist is probably a different monastic, like a different order, right? Or
something along those lines. Yeah. So Trappist actually describes the monks that brew within the walls of their monastery. That's like these Belgian triples like this. They're only produced as long as they are produced by those monks. Then it can be considered a Trappist Belgian triple.
Oh, in the monastery, so
right? Otherwise, it cannot. Like legally, it cannot. They have trademarks on it or patents, whatever. I don't know. I think it's trademarks.
Wow.
Yeah. So the name triple. It's very misleading.
Oh, baby, it's a triple.
Oh, baby, a triple.
Classic.
So I found several different interpretations on what the name actually means. I'm leaning towards one of them being the truth, but it's kind of confusing. So one of the interpretations says that it goes back to when a method called partigile was used to make different strength beers from the same mash. Which basically meant the grains would be remashed again and again that yielded weaker worts. And each of those, the brewers would assign it, every time that it was mashed, the brewer would assign it a letter like an X. And so the first one would be an X, the second one would be 2 X's, and then the third one would be 3 X's. So they called it a triple. Right? And the point of it is that when they remash it, as far as I understand, when they remash it, the wort is weaker, right? So it's not as... boozy tasting, I guess, is what
and wort is. Remind me what that is again.
Wort is the unfermented beer.
Unfermented beer. Also, it's a mixture,
right? Yeah, and so
of the yeast and the malts and the hops.
Correct. Yes. So that was one of the interpretations. The other one was that it stems from brewers using up to 3 times the amount of malt found in a standard Trappist beer. I don't think that's true. All of the research that I did, nobody said that. Most of them actually said that the fermentation was what really differentiated the beer. So I don't know. The last one says that it's nothing.
What do you mean?
Like it's literally like it's just called a triple. Like it's just supposedly a nod towards the ABV of the beer, because the alcoholic. The alcohol by volume percentage is considerably higher than most others. So it's supposed to be like a nod, like, oh, it's 3 times the amount of what a normal beer has. You know what I mean? Which, I guess makes sense. I'm taking a sip.
Yeah. I'm taking a look at the bottle here.
Yeah, he's investigating.
And there is stuff in Belgian that I cannot read. But it does look like it has a symbol. And the symbol is a picture of the glass. In front of it, what looks to be some kind of stained glass window or a window of some kind, and it looks suspiciously like a religious symbol, like
yeah,
the blood of Christ.
I'm telling you, bro, they're fucking those.
So I was like, I would make sense if this was made in a monastery, by the brothers. And so the brothers just do it because they enjoy it, or they do it because, like, I remember you mentioned that the German monks would do it because they had Lent. And so they would drink the beer over Lent, or they guys just do it.
The brothers. I mean, I don't know necessarily what their motivation was originally.
Yeah.
What I will say is that a lot of the monks, their tradition with these types of beers, which is actually a tradition that is still held to this day with genuine Trappist beers. The profits from most of these beers have to mostly go towards charities.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's pretty wholesome.
That's pretty cool.
It's a good way to. Bring in profit from alcohol and turn it into something good.
Yeah, I wonder what like charities they give to.
I don't know. I guess I should find out. But like yeah, that is, and I'll get to it later. That is still a requirement of Trappist monks. That they set forth for any brewers, because Maredsous is actually not brewed in a monastery, but it is licensed by the monks to allow Maredsous to continue brewing the beer.
I see.
Yeah, they licensed it out to them.
Yeah, so the monks gave him permission, basically. So hey, yeah, you guys are cool.
It's the Maredsous Abbey, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, it's it. Again, it has a bunch of Belgian words on it. It says, I don't know.
That's a bunch of random shit.
Abbey, Abbey. So I assume that it's And then underneath that, it says traditional Benedictine. So, I mean, I know the Benedict order is a monastic order, so maybe it's like they're Benedictine monks.
They are Benedictine monks.
Ooh, called it. There you go.
Yeah, they follow the original way of Saint Benedict, I believe, which makes them Benedictine. So, the beer itself, it's an ale, which means it's top fermenting. We've talked about this.
Yes, we talked about top fermentation.
Top fermentation versus bottom fermentation, which I still, as far as the research that I've done in the past, several months, still holds true. That's the difference between ales and lagers. The top fermentation versus bottom fermentation. So the yeast culture is what makes the top fermentation, that the yeast will collect at the top of the beer. Yeah.
At the wort.
So it's a Belgian style triple. There are two types, like I said. It's the Trappist and the Abbey style. They are known for being high in their ABV, which obviously holds true. This one is in particular is 10% ABV.
So this one would be a non-Trappist because it's not made in the confines of the monastery.
Actually, it is Trappist.
Oh, it is Trappist.
I believe. So from what I understand, it is Trappist. They are licensed, because they were given the license by the Maredsous Abbey.
Okay.
To allow them to be able to produce the beers, and the monks do look in every once in a while to kind of check on the processes that they're using and stuff like that, and they make sure that most of the profits from this beer go to charities. So they try to stick to tradition. So, and this beer in particular is very traditional, like the brewing methods and everything like that. They stick to tradition as much as possible. So yeah, we'll get into that. But so the beer itself, it is high in ABV, like I said. This one's actually lower on the IBUs.
Really?
So
yeah,
you said it was in the 20s.
You said it was a 20, yeah.
They go up to like 45.
Oh my gosh. So it's like a drinking El Chingon. Jeez.
El Chingon was in the 70s.
Oh, never mind. I take it back.
Yeah, El Chingon is unmatched. That shit is bitter.
Yeah, it's very bitter. Wakes you up, though.
It wakes you up. And like I said, they are known for being too easy to drink. They have really high alcohol concentrations. They really lead you in, and they're like, oh, yeah, come get me some more.
It's a honey pot.
It's a honey pot.
It's a Venus flytrap.
It's a honey pot, bro.
A Venus flytrap of beers.
That's actually probably a pretty accurate description.
It's, sweet smelling and draws you in like a little fly, like your little mosca. And you're like, oh, it smells good. And you dive in, you're like, holy fuck. Híjole. And then, you take a sip and it's delicious.
Yeah, so we'll go with that. So the fermentation, like I said, is super important in these beers. So it's fucking crazy.
I saw that.
They get very ballsy with these beers.
The bottle says that it's re-fermented in the bottle.
Yes. So, and I'll get to that. So the fermentation sits at around 65 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. That is scary to most brewers. That's not that's pretty high.
Really?
Like that's pretty high in temperature. Yeah. I mean, normally, so bottom fermented beers are in the 40 to 50s. Mm-hmm. Top fermented are usually in the 50 to 60s.
In Celsius?
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
No, it's not Celsius. That would be
that would be
boiling.
Like boiling
that's no. Fermenting, you need it to be cooler. 40 to 50 for bottom fermenting, 50 to 60 top fermenting. So this one's in the high 60s, low 70s, that's high for top fermenting ales.
Man.
And like you said, it is re-fermented in the bottle, which means it's never kegged. At no point does this beer get kegged.
Wow.
They only go straight to bottle.
Damn.
And so what they do when they say re-fermented, what they do is they put a little bit of sugar and a little bit of yeast, and then they close it up. And they allow it to re-ferment in there, and the yeast activates with the sugar and creates the alcohol.
Yeah, it injects it. Just imagine like the machine.
Keep making the fucking sound.
Like the machine, injecting the sugar and the yeast, and it's just like, pure, fucking penetrating it and penetrating the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Actually, on the bottle, I noticed something else. It says the Maredsous Tripel is a high fermentation Abbey beer.
I've been pronouncing that name this entire time, and you absolutely butchered that.
Maredsous.
No, you know what you said? You said Maredsous.
Maredsous. I was saying it, Americanized. Okay.
Maredsous. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, so, dude, fucking imagine re-fermenting the beer that you already fermented I mean, that's...
What does that do? Just adds more alcohol?
Yeah, it increases the alcohol percentage, and it also kind of changes the flavor profiles. So what it does is it allows this beer to be one of those beers that ages well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was looking it up, and
that's cool.
There are people that will legit leave this for like a year or 2 years.
Leave it for a year?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like what we're doing right now is actually kind of a sacrilege because you just got back from Specs with these.
Yeah, I did. So we're supposed to let them sit.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Shit.
So I mean, what a lot of people do is they'll let it sit. Yeah. So what I would probably do, honestly, what I might do is keep a few of these and just leave them.
Just leave them in there
for a year or two.
Leave them on a rack somewhere.
Yeah, and then
what does it do? Changes those flavor profile?
Yeah, the flavor profile changes a lot. I mean, the yeast. First of all, there's oxygenation that isn't introduced. I mean, you can't get around that.
Yeah.
But the yeast will continue to activate because it's re-fermented in the bottle. So the yeast will continue to activate with the sugars, and it'll create very different flavor profiles. Some people say that they get like hints of vanilla, after a couple of years.
Wow,
it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's a very sweet beer. You can already taste a lot of different, like there's caramel in there to me. Yeah, it's kind of weird, like the way that it evolves.
The flavor profile.
Yeah,
wow, that's cool.
So they even so the fermentation is so important to them. They even use square fermenters because.
What the fuck does that mean?
So okay, let's put it like this. So normally what you have a conical what is it? Fucking cylindro-conical, something like that.
Yeah, conical, a cone.
Yeah, it looks like a cylinder mixed with a cone.
Yeah,
that
it has
allows you to ferment. Yeah. Right. The problem is
it's a spike.
Sure.
Upside down spike.
A stalactite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or stalagmite. I don't know which one is fucking one that hangs from the roof.
I think stalactite goes from the roof.
Yeah, right? I think so.
That sounds right. On the ground, yeah.
It sounds right. Okay, so they have that, but the problem with that is
Geology.
that since it kind of peaks at the bottom there, it builds up a lot of pressure.
Oh.
Which is not good because it inhibits the yeast expression.
Under pressure.
Very good word association. I'm so proud of you. David Bowie.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, hot take. Controversial topic. I'm not a fan of that song.
Under pressure.
It's catchy, I'll admit, but I don't like it.
Dun, 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 dun.
I like David Bowie, and I love Queen.
What the fuck is the song about?
I don't know.
I forgot already.
I've never looked at it. I've never listened to the lyrics very carefully. I just don't like it. Anyways.
I don't know. You said pressure.
Off topic.
That's what I thought of.
So the problem with that is it doesn't allow the yeast expression, and so the monks don't like that because obviously this beer relies pretty heavily on the yeast, the fermentation. So to avoid that, they always stuck to rectangular fermenters. So these monks are fucking crazy. I mean, the monks have been around for hundreds of years at this point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not these particular monks, but
their order.
Yes.
And the Abbey, probably.
That's what I meant to say. Obviously, these monks are, human.
The Jedi Order. Order execute Order 66.
God, some Star Wars. So
yes, Chancellor.
Still going.
Right away. You're under
no, keep going. I really want you to.
And the Order 66. You be condemned to death, Jedi.
Whoa, did he go Australian there at the end?
Well, yeah, he's a Kiwi, so it's real close.
He's a Kiwi? Who's a Kiwi?
He's a Kiwi. The actor that plays the clones.
Oh, really? Is he a Kiwi? Really?
Yeah, I think he's from New Zealand now.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that smell, dude. Every time I take a sip, I just...
Okay, so we got really... Sorry, sidetrack right there. The Order 66.
Yeah, that's staying in.
Right away, Chancellor. Sorry, I'm sorry.
He immediately goes to the Aussie.
Well, it's because that's what they fucking sound like, all the clones.
But so square fermenters were used because they wanted to avoid that pressurization, to allow their yeast to fully express. But the problem is that obviously cylindro-conical fermenters are the way of the future now. So they took 8 years and they experimented with cylindro-conical fermenters until they absolutely perfected the art of producing the exact same results as with the rectangular fermenters. 8 fucking years. To be fair,
Damn.
8 years in the life of an Abbey, which has been around for several hundred years, is nothing. Because I mean, again, these are monks. They don't think in terms of like, you know, this year, next year, stuff like that. They think in terms of like decades or centuries. You know, they don't think in terms of their own life. They think in terms of the life of the Abbey. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, that's just, I don't know. That's the fucking, that's what I got out
the
of
life
it.
of the order will live on.
Yeah, exactly.
Right away, Chancellor. Sorry.
God damn, you were rusting right before this, huh? You practice this shit in the mirror?
No, it's just stuff I can, watch so much Star Wars that it gets ingrained. Yeah.
Well, you'd probably do.
Execute Order 66. Order 66. I'm going to eat my pussy.
I don't know. That was not Star Wars.
That's not Star Wars.
Oh my god. All right. The history of the Belgian Tripel.
I'm down horrendous.
God damn it. We're never going to get through this. The Belgian
Sorry.
God damn it. The history of the Belgian
Unlimited power.
Damn it. Oh, there's so much editing right here, bro. So much fucking editing.
Go for it.
Okay, here it goes. The history God damn it. The history of the Belgian Ale starts in 1931. Fairly fucking recent.
Damn.
I mean, you think of all the European beers that we've tried, and I mean, the only one we tried on the show is the Oktoberfest Marzen, but that one had been around since the 1800s.
Yeah.
This one started in the 1930s.
Yeah, right before the onset of the First World War.
Yep. So it was brewed by Hendrik Verlinden. I don't know, something like that. So it was called the Whitcap Potter. I'm pretty sure I fucking butchered that pronunciation.
Harry Potter. That's what I think of. The Windhead Potter.
God damn it. And it was one of the first light pop ales that was popularized in Belgium because Belgium loved themselves some dark beer.
Really?
They loved dark beer.
Again, I feel
and it's because the long boils meant that it had better taste, better quality, better better flavor profiles, everything like that. So
it's
when
more
they
full-bodied,
right? And to Belgians, pale ales were bad. That was not a good thing. They did not like seeing pale ales.
Really?
Yeah, like it was actually like connotationally disgusting to them.
Wow.
Like when they saw pale ales, they literally thought like it would lack body, that it would lack flavor,
it was diluted. It was a diluted.
Something like that. I guess that was the thought process, you know what I mean? So pale ales were not exactly known for being prominent in Belgium. So Hendrik Verlinden was trying to combat German lagers, which were gaining immense popularity at the time. German, I mean, obviously, this entire time seems like it was just a war between the Czechs, the Germans, and the Belgians for popularity over beers. Yeah. Because the Czechs have their Pilsners that were super great. But so he released it in 1931 at the Slagmulder Brewery. I'm butchering these pronunciations.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I don't blame. We're not native Belgians.
I'm sorry, Belgium. Yeah. If any of you are listening to this, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do justice to your history.
Very good. Your beer is very good.
Your beer is fantastic. So it was originally marketed as Trappist because Trappist beers have been around from way before that. Because Trappist is just a description of beers that were brewed in monastic breweries, but it was the only one that was allowed to do so because he'd consulted with brewers at the Trappist Brewery in Westmalle, which is actually Westmalle was the first Trappist monastery that brewed what is now considered Belgian triples. So it's funny because even though he was allowed to market it as Trappist at the time, it wasn't trademarked. But even though he was allowed to market it as Trappist, there were still monks that threw shade at this guy, and they were like, "Nah, you're nothing. You're not one of us." Like they ousted this guy.
Learn from your elders, whippersnapper.
But yeah, so the actual Trappist monks brewed theirs in 1934.
They would drink it, and they're like, "This was fucking bitch made. I know a bitch made this. Who made this motherfucking beer? Bitch made.
Yeah,
I'm not blessed by God."
I'm sure that's what the fucking monks sounded like. Yeah, that's actually that's the impression I gotten so far.
It's a disgrace. You're gonna burn in hell for this. You're gonna burn in hell.
No confession can make up for this shite.
For real, dude. Long time ago, in a world far, far away, There was one superior beverage, the beer. And this is the story of the beer wars.
Dude, imagine. Oh, we got to make a podcast on that. It's just a summary of the fucking pettiness of European brewers.
Just going into
European monk brewers, specifically monastic brewers.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did that in 1934. It was the West Mall Abbey, I guess is what it is. It's an abbey, which is a very old Trappist brewery. They were known, for a very long time. I think it was the 1830s ish when they started.
Damn.
And so their Trappist beer actually is what became the standard.
Damn.
So because Hendrik Verlinden, he got
the stamp of approval.
He kind of get into it. He kind of got into the pale ales.
He got the imperial seal. Sorry,
that's a way to describe it.
Like Star Wars references here.
Just full of Star Wars today.
No.
So he kind of got into it, and then the monks sort of followed suit, is what I got from my research. So it's kind of weird because monks are known for tradition, right? I mean, monks are fucking. I mean, they do hundreds of years of tradition. They refuse to break tradition in general, and for them to just be like, you know what, fuck it, let's do some pale ales. That was weird.
Yeah,
like it's definitely uncharacteristic of them. You trying to avoid breathing into the mic or what?
I'm trying to avoid burping into the mic. That's what's happening right now.
Like every 2 seconds, he's whipping his head to the side.
Just burping. It's the carbonation.
It is a very carbonated beer. I'll say that.
It's very carbonated, but it's very good.
It's also hitting right now because I have not eaten.
Yeah, I haven't eaten either, but surprisingly, I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay?
Maybe it'll sometimes it's like real delayed, and the alcohol will hit you, and it's like a switch is flipped.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm
as soon as you stand up, it's just gonna
it's gonna hit you. I don't know why it does that. I wonder if there's like a science behind that. But
maybe
sometimes
it's like the blood rushing to your heart. Very quickly.
Maybe. And sometimes I'll drink, and I'm like feeling okay, like I am right now, and then like 2 minutes later, it's like boom, and I'm like, oh fuck, I feel it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They perfected it in 1954. Brother Thomas Sass or Sauce. Well, it'd be funny if it was Sass.
He's sassy.
He modified the recipe, and it has not been changed since.
God damn.
I don't know exactly what he did to the recipe because they kind of keep it a secret, actually.
They keep it in the vault.
There's been suggestions that he added more hops and kind of changed the hop combinations, but there's not really any actual evidence. Because they literally keep it like the Krusty Krab formula, like it's fucking secret.
Give me the formula.
Yeah, so it's literally hidden. They keep it stowed away. They don't tell us what the formula is.
Damn.
The formula. Ravioli, give me the formula.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Jesus Christ.
That's the Belgian Tripel in short.
Damn.
So this one specifically, the Maredsous Tripel. I figure
Maredsous.
I'm either like fantastically pronouncing that, and French people everywhere or Belgian people everywhere are going to be like,
wow,
like very good job, or I'm absolutely butchering that, and they're going to just shit on me.
They're just like,
they're going to just absolutely shit on me.
Belgium hates you.
Belgium as a whole hates you.
We hated Americans already, but you have made it worse.
So this beer comes from the Maredsous Abbey. Rather, it was originally produced by the Maredsous Abbey, which is the name of the Benedictine Abbey. Although these beers are no longer brewed there, I will say that.
Sad.
I did say that at the beginning, but so these. Remember, I told you that they were fermented really, really hot. Basically, I mean, not hot relatively,
relatively
to beer fermentation.
Yeah,
it was hot, 65 to 72. These are fermented at around 77 degrees Fahrenheit.
Jesus,
like getting to 80s, bro. That's higher than room temperature.
Yeah.
That's hotter than what it is in this room right now.
Shit.
Yeah, that's fucking hot. And then they're re-fermented in the bottle by adding sugar and yeast.
Yeah.
Which is it's made clear on the bottle. They make sure to emphasize that it's re-fermented.
Which we talked about leaving them to sit for a while, which I think is really cool because you can treat it like a wine and be like, "Babe, don't open that. I'm saving that for a special day."
What do you think is a special day that qualifies for opening one of those up after like a couple of years?
Birth of a child. I mean, big promotion, moving into a new house. I mean, I don't know.
How big of a promotion are we talking?
Retirement. I mean, you know, promotion.
Like 30K, 40K.
Yeah, maybe. Shit, that'd be nice.
Break the 6 digits figure.
Break the 6 digits. Yeah, I mean that's the dream. That's the American dream, right?
That's the American dream.
So in the bottle it says it. My voice is cracking, but on the bottle it says the high fermentation Abbey beer. And that's what you said. There was a difference between Trappist and Abbey, right?
No. So Abbey style would be the other type of beer.
Okay.
It means that it's not actually certified as a Trappist beer.
Okay.
In other words, it's not. They don't consult with monks. Monks have nothing to do with the beer. They just follow the formula and the general style of Belgian triples.
Oh, okay.
But
this one has the approval of the brothers.
Correct. This one is certified as. Oh shit.
Whoa.
Sorry.
It got the bro approval, bro.
It got the bro approval.
The boys approve.
If there's a way to call it nowadays, it's that they have the bro approval.
They have the bro approval.
Quite literally. They have the bro approval. So like I said, fermented at 77. This one's at 10% ABV, which is a little bit higher than normal. The Westmalle one, the one that I actually mentioned it to you because the Westmalle one is like the original Belgian triple. Like that one's been the same formula for almost 70 years or over 70 years now.
Is that the other one you recommended?
Or almost 70 years, I guess.
Try to find?
Right, yeah, that's the other one that I talked about.
Did they sell it?
They literally only sell it in one bottle packs. Like it's literally, you can only buy one bottle at a time. And it's 12 ounces. No, it's 12 ounces. Oh my gosh, what? It's like this fucking beer right here.
What the fudge, dude?
And it's like $7.
Wow.
For a bottle.
For a bottle?
Yeah. To be fair, this is like what, $15 a pack?
Yeah.
For 4.
Again, if you leave it, is it also re-fermented in that other one, the West?
Yeah. So Belgian triples in general are known for they go through second fermentation processes when they add more yeast and more sugar when they bottle it. So that's why. And again, it's a very sweet beer, so you can definitely taste that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Sorry, I closed my iPad.
You're good.
So like 10% ABV, 20 IBUs, and this beer in general it's very malty. Like you can taste almost like creaminess in it, and very sweet. Very like I said, the caramel.
Yeah, I definitely get
hints of hoppiness, but not very super prominent.
It's not very hoppy. It's like you said, you do taste the booziness. But
the booziness is definitely
it's a strong, prominent flavor. But what I really notice is like the sweetness of the finish. You know, that smoothness of the finish, the butteriness of the finish.
Yeah, that's what I noticed the most. There's almost zero bitterness.
Yeah, it's really that's why I really like it. It's very different from all the other beers we've had because all the other beers we've had have had that kind of like aftertaste where it's kind of like bitter, kind of yucky. You know.
Yeah.
But this one is like very enjoyable. Probably the most enjoyable we've had so far, in my opinion. The most enjoyable we've had so far. In terms of like finish,
really?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a bold claim.
I think so because even the Polliner that we had, while excellent, it was a great beer. I wish I could drink that every day. I mean, I could. I guess I could go buy a bunch of bottles, but you know, it's a little alcoholic. But yeah, even that one had a little bite at the end. Even though it was very enjoyable,
it did have a little bit of a bite at the end.
This
one has almost nothing.
A little bit of bitterness at the end, but this one is like very different.
But this one bites at the beginning. Honestly,
it does
to me. It does. I mean, because it's very carbonated, obviously, but there's definitely like almost like some spice.
Yeah, I prefer that though. I prefer getting a little bitter at the beginning or boozy at the beginning.
I guess the finish lasts a lot longer,
and then finish, because the finish is what you're left with. It's what the taste that you're left with. You know what I'm saying? And this taste is very smooth. It's very sweet in aftertaste. So I enjoy that a lot.
Yeah. So getting back to it though, like I said, although it's not brewed in the Abbey, it is certified as a Belgian Abbey beer by the Union of Belgian Brewers. So that gives it its authenticity, which is it markets that. It says that on the front of the fucking beer, So it's actually brewed by it's kind of a famous brewer in Belgium. I don't know them. I've never heard of them. Duvel Moortgat. They have a license to produce the beer that's given to them by the Maredsous Abbey. And they've done this actually since 1963. Which is like shortly after the beer was fucking perfected, which was 1954, I think. What did I say? Something like that. I don't know. What did I... Oh, yeah, 54. Damn. I was looking through my notes. 1954. Yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't that long after that they decided to go ahead and give the license to Duvel Moortgat.
Wow.
And they've been doing it since then. I mean, what, almost 80 years that they've been brewing this specific beer?
It's about 2 lifetimes, right?
It's a long time. And I mean, even though the monks are not in the day to day. For all of the beer, they do kind of keep an eye on the hop varieties that they use, the yeast, the malts, all of that. They actually have special Abbey yeasts, like actual fucking monk yeasts, bro. Like monk yeasts. Can you fucking comprehend that they have monk yeasts? They have shit that we can't get because they're monks.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we can get it. But
I wonder how selective they are. Like, I wonder if they're real cool about it, or if they're real, like, kind of snobby. They're like, this is not up to the standards of the monastery.
I don't know. I feel
this
like
batch is disgusting. Make another.
This is not bussing.
This is not bussing. This beer, trash.
Why did they take
absolute defuse?
I don't know why this evolved into a British accent for some fucking Belgian mugs.
Disgusting.
And Duvel Moordgat, in keeping with tradition, donates a large percentage of the profits to various charities.
Yeah, you mentioned
because they like to keep with that tradition. I mean, again, this particular ale, especially since it has such a monistic background, it has a lot of tradition to it. So for you to be able to keep with actual Belgian Abbey styles, you have to keep to that tradition, and the donating to charity is part of that. It's actually like an emphasized portion of what this beer is supposed to be. It's kind of I don't know. The monks brew a fuck ton of beer. To be fair, I have not heard about any such tradition for Germans.
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong.
True,
maybe I'm wrong. But the Belgians, they so far are the most charitable.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's an ethical beer.
Ethical, and we've said this
beer.
Multiple times. Maybe this is the Lord's beer.
The Lord's beer.
We've said this. We've said this about Shiner. We've said this about the fucking Oktoberfest Marzen. I mean,
with just a lot of these beers, especially the ones that have origins and roots in Europe, come from the brothers, the monastic orders, the Catholic monastic orders.
Those monks, bro. They know how to make some beer.
They're Catholic, right? They're not.
Yeah. Monks are Catholic.
Oh, shit. I was like, I don't know, maybe other. Well, don't the Buddhists also have monks as well? Like the
there are Buddhist monks.
Shaolin,
You're right.
Shaolin monks and stuff. But those are the monks that like practice martial arts and stuff like that. That's how
do they?
I know
do they actually?
Yeah, the Shaolin believe in like the order. They're like a different order of Buddhists.
I mean, I know that they have some serious meditation going on there. Like they have all kinds of crazy stuff that they're able to do because of their minds. But
for a long time, especially in in the East, the Buddhists were persecuted. And like I think the Mongols or maybe it was Japanese also warlords would persecute Buddhists. So the Buddhists would learn how to fight because the monks learn how to fight because otherwise they'd get all killed. They'd all kill them all.
That's kind of weird.
Oh yeah, or sometimes the Buddhists would ally with.
Aren't Buddhists normally pacifists?
Yeah, but apparently not back then. They lay down the fucking ass. They fucking throw hands and shit. They'd be like, yeah, you want to take our monastery? Like if they wouldn't submit willingly, if the conqueror or whoever it was, wouldn't submit willingly, they would go. I mean, obviously this is not. I'm not a history major or like a history degree or anything like that.
I don't know. I mean, you know more about this than I do.
But I think I remember watching some like documentary on the History Channel on Netflix that one of the strongholds that I think it was about Japan, the feudal like area where they have a lot of shogun, where like these feudal lords, and that if they wouldn't submit, the monasteries wouldn't submit, that they would go and burn the monastery to the ground.
Jesus.
Yeah, and of course the monks would not. I don't think every order would fight back or like every monastery, but some of the monasteries
there were a good bit of them that
that would resist. Yeah,
interesting.
Fight back.
I'll have to look that up. I wonder if there were any Catholics that did that. Dude, how much? All right, this is gonna sound weird. How much do you weigh?
How much do I weigh?
Yeah,
probably like I don't know. Last time I weighed myself was 230, but I probably weigh more than that now because I got fat. If I'm being honest.
230. I mean, how much more do you think that you weigh than I do?
Oh fuck, I probably weigh like I don't know, maybe like 300. Okay, I mean not 200, but like 280, maybe 260, man.
260, 280. I weigh 200.
Yeah.
This beer's fucking smacking me in the face.
It's hitting you
really hard.
Shit. I mean, I can feel it a little bit, but I'm not like.
No, it's hitting. I mean, I'm like blackout or anything, but
yeah.
I definitely have a solid buzz going.
Shit.
After one beer.
Damn.
I also
don't know what it is tonight. Maybe because I'm like stressed or something. I don't know. But
it just can't get to you.
Yeah, maybe it can't get to me tonight.
Just relax your shoulders. Drop the tongue. Drop your tongue from the top of your mouth. Just breathe. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is one beer, dude. Granted, it's a 10%er, but fuck, I don't know. I mean, maybe maybe this is gonna be my beer of choice from now on.
Yeah, it's great. I enjoy it.
Granted, it's expensive as shit.
Yeah, I have the receipt somewhere. I didn't check how much it cost. I just bought it.
Yeah, you would probably cry if you saw the total.
I probably would.
You bought several packs too.
It was two. I think it was like $50. So yeah.
Holy fuck!
$50. Because I also bought some Red Bull, so the Red Bull also probably added to that.
I can't imagine it added more than like $7 or $8.
Yeah, so it's probably most of them are. I think it's 20.
Son of a
I think it's $40 for just the beer.
God damn! Imagine that's a $5 beer.
Yeah,
that you get at a store
per bottle.
Like normally you pay that kind of price when you're at a bar.
Yeah, when you're like go out to eat. Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Well,
it's very good.
It's great, and I will tell you with my final note on the Maredsous Tripel is that the secret recipe is kept in their library to this day.
Damn.
And is very carefully preserved. They do not let anybody see it. Obviously, it's one of the things in their library that they don't lend out, but it is kept preserved and kept secret to this day.
Monastery?
In the Maredsous Abbey.
Damn, the Abbey. I always wonder what the difference between a monastery and an abbey is. Like the fuck.
Maybe they're one and the same.
Maybe it's like a Western version of the monastery. I don't know. Anyways,
well, abbeys. I mean, this one is European.
Yeah, abbeys have an abbot, which means that he's like the head of the abbey.
There is an abbot.
Yeah, an abbot.
Greg Abbott. So that's my spiel on Belgian ales. I didn't take too long. Oh my god, we're at an hour.
Yeah, we were hit 48 minutes a while ago, so I was gonna say we're probably gonna hit an hour soon.
Holy shit! I didn't think my spiel was that long.
That's okay.
Jesus Christ.
We're usually pushing 2 hours anyways now.
We usually are pushing 2 hours anyways.
Which
is fine with me. Yeah. I don't care. It's more editing, but I don't care. I mean, I'll do it anyways.
It's a long car ride type of podcast.
It is. Yeah, dude. And I've heard that. I've actually heard that a lot of people enjoy listening to the podcast while they're on like long car rides, and it kills their whole trip.
Yeah,
a good podcast will do time that. Is easy to pass.
Good podcast will do that, like because you get him like you just start listening and it just takes you.
Yeah,
it takes you.
And I take that as a heavy compliment. And I take that as a very heavy compliment.
I wish I would listen to podcasts when I drive more often because I don't.
Anyways, let's transition over to a little bit of nerddom.
So I have a question, and I also have some. All
right, hold on. Before you pose your question, I want to mention some shit.
Yeah.
Back 4 Blood came out yesterday.
I was about to say we're gonna go into some gaming news. We're doing a short segment, a newer segment. We're just kind of discussing what's happening in the gaming world right now because Man expressed that he wanted to do some gaming because we haven't necessarily talked specifically about gaming in the past couple
you know that I'm a fucking gaming addict. I have a problem.
I'm burping. I'm sorry.
So Back 4 Blood came out yesterday. We've already done an episode on this. We've covered the specifics of all of it.
We talked about Back 4 Blood and
the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
I already bought it. It's already sitting in my Steam library.
I bought it as well.
It's waiting for me to play.
I bought it as well.
The only reason we didn't play it yesterday is because we were playing Valheim with Mike, and that was a really fun game. I'm not going to lie. It's a super
friend
fun
of ours.
game.
Yeah, who's another friend of ours. We should get him on the podcast.
I was literally just about to say that.
We should get him on.
We should get him on the podcast.
He'd probably be down.
I can almost guarantee.
But yeah, Valheim, if you guys haven't played, is this kind of like Nordic, very heavily Nordic inspired or Viking inspired.
I think that it's exactly the inspiration behind it.
Norse inspired, Norse mythology inspired, like Minecraft almost. I wouldn't even say it's Minecraft.
I think it's closer to like The Forest.
Like The Forest. Have you ever played The Forest, which is like a survival game where you craft and build stuff from harvesting resources? Is very much like that. But of course, there's like these little gray dwarf things that are like these little forest spirits that come and attack you. And there's trolls and skeletons and stuff like that. And you can sail and you can build a base. Like yesterday, we built our base. It was bumping. We had like a bridge and stuff. It was really fun. So if you ever played Valheim, it's great with friends. It's a little lonely if you play by yourself. It gets kind of boring actually if you play by yourself, in my opinion. But if you have friends, it's a blast.
Dude,
it's a
great game. If you have friends, it is genuinely a blast. We played for like 4 hours last night, and I just did not.
Yeah,
notice time.
It goes back really fast when you're playing with the homies, bro.
Yeah. It was you, me, and Mike, and we have this badass fortress going.
We do.
I have so many awesome plans, dude. I mean, we
need to get some more materials so I can upgrade it. We can upgrade our gear.
We got to kill Eikthyr. We gotta kill Aether so I can get a pickaxe.
So there's a lot of bosses in the game of Valheim, and so you gotta. I mean, I think Valheim popped off like a couple of months ago, so it was really popular, and then they kind of died off after like the streamers and stopped playing it and stuff. But it's still like a great game, and they're still it received a tremendous amount of support, so it's still heavily the devs are still releasing updates for it and stuff like that. So it's only gotten better with time, and I think Valheim is really cool because it doesn't really explain to you, it doesn't give you a lot of tutorials. So, you kind of have to find out stuff for yourself. And I think that experimentation aspect of Valheim is what really makes it, like, badass. Because then, like, I didn't know, like, we made spears last night. I didn't know you could throw a spear.
Dude, that middle mouse.
Yeah, Manny, to press the middle button on the mouse, the scroll wheel, you click down on it and you could throw it. I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't know that.
Dude, I think I hit you in the back of the leg when I first figured it out. Like, I was just looking at you and I was trying to figure out some controls and I just kind of clicked the middle button and I think I stabbed you in the back.
He was trying to figure out how to ping on the map because it didn't know how to ping on the map. And then he's like, oh, shit, I threw the spear. And I was like, what? You can do that? And Mike was like, "Oh yeah," because Mike is our veteran. He's our Sherpa.
He's our veteran.
He's our Sherpa in Valheim. So he knows a bunch of stuff, but he doesn't. He kind of lets us find out stuff for our own, which I appreciate. But yeah, we got chased by a couple of trolls yesterday. It was really fun. I just don't want to die because I had all my stuff on me.
That's the spiel for Valheim today. Yeah. Play fucking Valheim. It's only $20.
It's $20. It's really fun. Yeah.
The graphics are not like breathtaking amazing, or anything, but it's a really mechanically fun game.
Yeah, it has its own charm, I think, because you can look up.
Well, it does have its own charm. It has like its own sort of aesthetic in the graphic design. But the physics of the game and the like the ability the abilities that you have to manipulate the world,
the gameplay mechanics, that's
definitely
solid as fuck.
Solid, yeah. A lot of thought went into it for sure.
Definitely. The game design is fantastic, and the game mechanics are great.
Yeah, and I'm sure at some point we're gonna play Back 4 Blood.
We are. We'll probably play like on the weekend. Yeah, something. Yeah, play on the weekend.
I'm gonna play the shit out of that game. Yeah, I watched a couple streams. It looks great. Back 4 Blood actually got Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, Courage. I want to say it was Cloaksy was the other one.
Yeah,
they sponsored all of them to play it on the date we released. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. That podcast that we had that we were questioning the how successful it would be. Yeah, that was like the best move they could have fucking made. I mean, Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, two of probably the most prominent streamers nowadays. Yeah, behind like XQC.
They're like like the FPS shooter, the FPS streamers.
Like those are the guys you go to.
Yeah. For a shoot 'em up, definitely 100%. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've seen that especially if you're playing it on the harder difficulties, that it gets pretty rough, which is something I like to see. I like to see that it's not easy. Some people will be playing it, especially the streamers that have played the beta, like and tested the beta, and they're like, "Wow, I don't remember it being this hard." So I don't know. I think that's enticing. It's makes it a challenge. That even streamers who played all the betas and stuff are having trouble. It looks interesting. So yeah, Back 4 Blood came out. We got into Valheim recently.
Far Cry 6 actually also came out last week.
Dropped recently. I'm not a super big Far Cry fan, but
I'm not a super big Far Cry fan.
This one is like about the Cuban Revolution, or it's Cuban Revolution inspired. Libertad.
Yeah, well, and so honestly, the part that attracted me the most about it is that Gus from Breaking Bad comes out. He's the fucking. I think he's the main antagonist.
Yeah.
And it looks so fucking cool.
Grand Admiral Gideon in Mandalorian.
Is he really? Oh, yeah. That's true.
He's a Darksaber nerd.
Yeah, he is Moff Gideon.
Asshole.
Kind of a cunt. He has the black. Yeah. He has the Darksaber.
Yeah, Darksaber. But yeah, so all those came out. I mean,
here's a controversial one that's coming out.
Popping off right now.
You want to know? Call of Duty Vanguard. It releases on November 5th. Kind of a controversial game that's coming out.
Vanguard, yeah. They just
not controversial in the like political sense, but like controversial in the sense of like nobody fucking wants this game to come out.
Yeah, it's like it just seems I don't know if Vanguard will pop up. Battlefield beta was also
Battlefield 2042 releases on November 19th.
Releases in November. The public beta was out, so people were playing the beta. I saw some beta gameplay.
I've just heard so many bugs.
The beta,
about Call of Duty Vanguard
was super. Oh, I heard the Battlefield 2042 was
written with bugs,
like
really
horrible bugs.
I think a part of the problem. To be fair, okay, look, I will say
vehicles kind of bugs,
Really?
Yeah, like you just fall out. You try to get in and you fall out of the vehicle.
Call of Duty has kind of a weird rotation now because they have Infinity Ward, they have Treyarch, and they have Sledgehammer.
Triple studio, yeah.
Yeah, and so realistically, if you look at it, I mean, each development company has 3 years to produce a Call of Duty.
Yeah.
After they release their Call of Duty, they get 3 years. So Vanguard is produced by Sledgehammer. Doesn't particularly excite me. I haven't had any Sledgehammer games that have like really stood out to me, to be honest.
Knocked
as
it out
far
of
as
the
Call
park.
of Duty,
Yeah.
I mean, we obviously Infinity Ward, we have Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Treyarch, we have Black Ops. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. That's exciting for us. What people are excited for in Vanguard is zombies. Call of Duty has back-to-back zombies.
Yeah.
Because Sledgehammer has done zombies in the past. Like Infinite Warfare was. They did have a zombies mode, and they had like the exosuits and shit.
Yeah, but I don't think it was like a super well received.
It was not that great
because people said that the Treyarch zombies is a tried and true kind of formula.
Well, and I think people are just used. They just like what they're used to.
Yeah, probably.
They don't like change, and I mean,
probably.
I get it.
Nobody does. I mean,
Infinite Warfare wasn't bad in terms of zombies, but it wasn't great. I guess I did enjoy playing it. I did grind it a little bit, but I would argue that Treyarch still takes the cake.
Yeah, I think they're just they got that formula down.
I have not played Battlefield 2042, but I've seen a lot of good gameplay.
Yeah, I've seen some gameplay of it. Like I said, I think it was really buggy. I think a lot of people were struggling with the bugs. When it worked, it was great, and then when it bugged out, it was like, oh.
Well, and they also kind of signaled like a almost like an emphasis on creator content in Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, I mean,
because like the trailer literally had that one clip.
Oh yeah,
where it was the very first.
Where he ejects out of the airplane.
He ejects out of the jet mid-air, RPGs the shit out of his opponent,
and then goes back,
catches himself in the jet.
Yeah,
I mean, what an iconic moment. I mean, I watched the clip. I watched the reaction video.
The clip
of the
is
original
of the guy who filmed that. Yeah, got the clip. Yeah, he's a streamer now. Yeah,
he is a streamer, and I watched the original clip, dude. So wholesome. He fucking was like, oh my fucking god,
immortalized. He's like like Leroy Jenkins.
Bro, exactly.
Like, imagine he's the Leroy Jenkins to Battlefield. The Leroy Jenkins is to WoW. He's the Leroy Jenkins. Of
imagine having a clip that literally gets so popular that you are acknowledged by the developer of the game. You got that clip.
You're immortalized. Yeah, you're immortalized.
Literally immortalized. Yeah. Yes.
And that's what every gamer dreams of, right? To be immortal. That's what drives people to be on leaderboards. I mean, for massive multiplayer online, so it drives you to do get with your guild and do the first dungeon clear, because once you do the first dungeon clear, like in games like World of Warcraft or New World, which is popping off right now.
Dude, New World
is popping off right now.
Absolutely popping.
And everyone's like, ooh, World of Warcraft is dying, because World of Warcraft has dominated the US market for MMO fantasy RPGs forever, for decades.
I'm gonna be honest right now. I'm gonna say something that
it's a slow death. The death spiral. It's entered the death throes. People have saying, because everyone has always said, oh, what's gonna be the World of Warcraft killer, the WoW killer? And everyone's like, there is gonna be no WoW killer. What will happen with WoW is it'll slowly die, like a sick animal. Oh shit. You hear the rain?
Hold on.
You hear the rain? God damn it. Let me check the forecast.
I don't know if you can hear that in the recording, but it is storming outside.
I can hear it, and I don't know if it's in my headphones, but I can definitely hear it.
Anyways, so Battlefield 2042, like I said, that releases on November 19th.
Yeah.
And then this one is probably very highly anticipated. They've had a couple of betas at this point that I've even seen some of my friends that have played, and they're very excited for it. Is Halo Infinite.
Yeah, actually,
that's releasing on December 8th.
A lot of people were very critical of it. They said it was never going to come out, and it was going to be good when it came out. But I've seen some people play it, the beta, and then they were like, "Wow, this is pretty cool." It takes me back, it takes me back. It gives me the nostalgia of playing, multiplayer and Halo.
Well, and I think because competitive Halo was probably one of the, we've talked about this before. Yeah. The competitive Halo was probably one of the first prominent competitive scenes that was out there.
One of the best. And first esports scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, and for Halo Infinite to come out right now is refreshing.
Yeah.
From the gameplay that I've seen, it's very familiar but also different. They find a way to put a twist on it.
Yeah.
But to also make the gameplay feel familiar.
That's what you want. You want it to be nostalgic and kind of, it gives you the nostalgia, but it's also still enjoyable to play because it has new things. It's updated. It's modernized.
Yeah.
That's what you like about that. Anyways, so we kind of covered a little bit of gaming news. So from gaming news, we'll move on to the question of the night per se. And the question of the night per se is, or not per se, it is the what's your favorite futuristic sci-fi setting or kind of universe, or what I'm saying, like world, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of flooding going on already, and I'm over here pouring another beer.
Yeah, I'm trying to debate if I should go back to my place or not. Brave the storm. It says, it says not to leave unless you're, fleeing an area.
Look at how beautiful that fucking looks, bro. I know you're worried about getting home right now, but look, just look at how fucking...
It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. She's a beauty.
That is a work of art.
She's a beaut.
This is number 2, by the way. I don't know. I'm not drunk for sure, but I might be slurring. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm pouring my second one as well, as you can probably hear.
He's got the pour going right now. Get some slurpage going on. Hold on.
Oh, what a beauty! What a beauty in the wild.
The hops literally sit in the foam and just present themselves to you when you first take that sip. It's beautiful.
She's delicious.
She's delicious.
She's a beauty.
So we got a question on the table.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fave futuristic sci-fi game.
Yep. Or just setting. I said world setting.
Did you say setting?
Yeah, universe. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be... I don't want to limit it to like a medium because I feel like mediums are kind of restrictive. So it can be just anything. It's just a setting.
Okay.
In general. So
it's a little my general. Answer doesn't necessarily change because mine actually has multiple mediums.
And so it's futuristic, so it has to be like,
Yes, it has to be in the future. It cannot. Yeah. It can be any time after, I don't know, say 2050.
It can't be like alternate history type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is another good question, actually.
Like Fallout kind of thing.
Yeah, Fallout, alternate history.
Yeah.
There's a book series that I like that also has alternate history that I think is like super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, different for different podcasts.
Yep. I kind of wonder if that rain is going to come out in the fucking recording. Hold on.
You think? I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give this little fucking. Yeah. I'm gonna give this little notification right here.
A little notification.
You're definitely gonna hear some fucking rain in the background.
Yeah, we apologize after we did a little sound check, but yeah, it's storming outside. There's a big storm in San Antonio right now, so
I'm not gonna stop the podcast though. We're already drinking.
We're already in.
We're here.
We're in deep. We're 117.
This is some good beer.
1 hour and 17 minutes?
Yeah, an hour and 17 minutes. Dude.
I thought we were going to be like 140 by now, but that's good. I like the time.
Yeah.
We've done pretty good, actually. I think it's great.
We're not done.
We're not done, but like, well,
yeah,
it's pretty condensed so far.
Yep. Okay, so my answer is actually going to stay the same regardless of whether it's medium or just favorite futuristic scenery setting.
Yeah, world, universe.
It is definitely the universe that surrounds Ridley Scott's Alien.
Yeah, dude. Oh, God, it's so good.
Which is, it's a fantastic universe. And honestly, where I fall in love with it the most is Alien Isolation. Which is the video game that I thought of.
It's a masterful game.
The way that you originally told me the question, I understood it as it has to be a video game.
Yeah.
Alien Isolation, fantastic fucking game.
Yeah, what a like well done Alien game, because there's other Alien games. There's actually bought another one called Alien Fireteam, and that's fun, but it's...
That one's like a multiplayer sort of take on the Alien franchise, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Bad for Blood, but Alien style. Where instead of zombies, you're fighting aliens. Holy shit.
Yo.
I felt that.
Bro, I saw that like a fucking sniper shot. I saw the lightning. What, did you see the way my eyes lit up?
Yeah,
I saw the lightning on that, and then boom, fucking thunder. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
Hold on. Oh, God. Okay, well, in an effort... to dispel some of the background sound effects that are rain.
Yeah.
We went and we took a small break.
We took a small little caldito break, bro. It was bussing.
Oh, that shit was.
It was
Bussing.
absolutely positively bussing.
It was absolutely positively
bussing.
bussin'. It was given the rank of bussin'.
Bussing.
Yes, it was bussin'. Thank God for my wife.
Yes, she's a great cook, man. Like
She's
Gallo was
she's
really
a
good.
godsend.
It's really good. I'm being genuine when I said that. It reminded me of my home, and that's like the bit. I think that's the best.
That's that Hispanic culture living in you.
Yes, sir. Dude. Yes, sir.
And now I get to compliment it with some fucking Belgian
fine
ale.
Belgian Trappist beer.
Holy shit.
Trappist ale.
That shit definitely bites when you first drink it, but yeah. Okay.
So your favorite universe
is the Alien universe
and is
by
the
Ridley
Alien
Scott.
universe
Yeah.
by Ridley Scott.
So I honestly, the part where that I fully sort of dive into that is definitely surrounding Alien Isolation, because I've seen the Alien movies before. You know,
Yeah.
I've seen the original
they're
Alien
classics.
movies with Sigourney Weaver. You know, surrounding Ellen Ripley.
Yeah, they're hailed as some of the best sci-fi / like I want to even say like thriller, like horror kind of monster.
I think in
movies
their
of all
time,
time.
I think in their time they are considered horror.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
horror has definitely evolved throughout the years for sure. I mean, you as a burgeoning cinephile, you can definitely probably speak to that a lot more than I do.
I watched Midsummer for the first time, and it was
that's a pretty good movie.
trippy.
That is a gory movie.
Yeah, it's real weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird movie.
But so I mean, I think in their time, like I said, they're known for like kind of being horror at the time.
Yeah.
Obviously now horror is a lot more gory, or at the very least, jump scares play a lot more of a part in horror nowadays.
Yeah, I would say this is like it's very like almost like a unique like it's a genre. It's like a sci-fi horror, and there's not many sci-fi horrors that
and the game itself is actually really unique.
Yeah.
I mean,
and again, I think it fulfills that niche that sci-fi horror niche.
yeah,
Because the game is about running away from the alien that's trying to hunt. You're like a little kid, right? Or you're like a survivor.
So I think what really makes a horror game is the inability to kill your enemies, right? I mean, it's
the worst.
It's the lack of ability to fully kill the thing that is hunting you or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I mean, in zombie games, you and I love playing zombie games. It's just a mow down kind of shoot 'em up. I mean, it's easy.
One of the main mechanics is being able to shoot the fuck out of the zombies. Yeah,
right. And in like games like an Amnesia, for example, I mean, you can't actually kill any of the sort of demon things that are hunting you.
It's about running,
or not. I don't know. They're demons. They're more like monsters. But
yeah.
I mean, the inability to kill your enemy, and in Alien Isolation, there are certain enemies that you can kill. There are humans in the game. There are androids. And those are the enemies that you can kill. Androids are harder to kill than humans.
Why would you have to kill them?
So androids actually turn on you.
What?
Yeah. So am I spoiling the game for you right now?
Well, I mean, I never played. Look, I'm so afraid of the fucking alien. The AI programming, like the programming that they use for the alien, is so good that I'm afraid to play the game. I'm scared. I've seen people play it before. I've seen people play it before, and it just feels so real. It feels like it's actually hunting you. That it's intelligent. That it's an intelligent force. That's trying to eat you.
It's actually kind of fucking annoying.
And it's scary
in the way that it works, because it's like fucking hell. Like
I don't fuck with that.
like half the time in the game that I was in there, like I would progress through like a certain room, and you would get to another area. Like when you're in one area, the alien is hunting you the entire time. It's making its rounds. It's the slightest sound, and it fucking pounces. I mean, it goes straight to you, and you have to hide immediately. And then you progress to another area, and the alien just magically knows to fucking start walking into that area. Like, it was actually kind of annoying at a certain point that I was like, God damn it, this motherfucker won't leave me alone, bro. Like, there were points where I was stuck in a locker, and I just couldn't exit the locker. Every single time I exited the locker, I heard him walk back, and I was like, God damn it, right back into the locker. Like, here I fucking go. I'm like, it's fucking annoying, bro.
Stuck with you,
like, at a certain point,
place.
you got to get balls out and try to sprint to your area, but the second you sprint, it hears you, and it runs right to you. It's a difficult enemy to surpass.
Talk about adrenaline inducing.
It's a great game because it's a great introduction to the universe. I mean, the premise, you don't have to know too much about the premise, but it's definitely a nod to the movies.
You wouldn't even have to see the movie to play the game.
No, not at all. Not at all. So
it's approachable. it's a digestible.
It is approachable because there is a premise. You do need to understand something, but they explain it pretty well in the game to where you don't necessarily have to see the movie to understand what's happening. You don't need to know
the lore,
right? Because all they say is that you play as Amanda Ripley. She is the daughter of Ellen Ripley, who's played by Sigourney Weaver in the original movies.
Yeah. Mama Ripley, bro.
Right, and at the end of those movies, Sigourney Weaver ends up kind of drifting in space. So
mommy, bro. Sigourney Weaver. God, come on, Sigourney Weaver and fucking Alien, bro. Alien and Aliens. Oh, she can be my fucking alien mommy, dude. God damn. She can fucking kill aliens for me any day, dude.
She can spank you with the fucking and
even now, bro,
alien machine that she gets.
Fuck yeah, dude. The fucking cargo bot, the cargo exoskeleton. Bro, she can fucking...
Yeah, what an iconic scene.
Yeah, what I mean, even to this day, bro, she's aged like a fine wine. She can still get it, bro. Fuck. She's my Dommy mommy, dude.
Dommy mommy.
Dommy mommy, bro. I'm not afraid. We don't king shame, bro. I don't king shame. Fuck.
We don't king shame here. We've said that. That's the
Sigourney
unofficial
Weaver,
motto
man.
of Nerds and Slurred Words. Yeah, so...
4-course meal, bro.
You play as Amanda Ripley. Like I said, it's her daughter. And they basically explain throughout the game that you are her daughter and that you're looking for her because she went missing in space and she was part of the initial expeditions to a certain planet and blah, blah, blah. And the whole thing, the whole premise is that they found the black box from her ship.
Yeah.
And so as Amanda Ripley, you go to a ship that is the one that captured this black box. So you're going to investigate it. And when you get there, the whole fucking ship is fucked.
As aliens tend to do.
Yeah, so you don't know what is happening on the ship, but when you first hail it, like nobody reaches back to you in contact. Eventually you decide to do a spacewalk and then, long story short, you end up on the ship. You're alone. You're split up from your group, and I mean, it's the point of it is isolation. The point of it is it's got no multiplayer. It's a single player game, and the point of it is like literally single player survival. And as you progress through the story, you gain progressively stronger weapons, and you get creative with because there's even a crafting element. So you can craft like pipe bombs and smoke bombs and flashbangs and Molotovs, different things like that. And the game almost works with the physics that you would think would work. So like, for example, there's an EMP bomb. If there's androids in the area, you can throw an EMP bomb, and just like you would expect, the androids get disabled. They don't stay disabled. They come back to life eventually. But, and then like, for example, the alien... I mean, you can shoot the fucking alien in the face. It's not gonna care. It's gonna be like, ow, and then it's gonna come after you and fucking murder you anyways with the iconic like stabbing through the stomach or whatever, and then it puts a face hugger on you or whatever. But
the spine tail,
fucking that spike tail that it has in the back of it.
Yeah.
But,
so what do the androids turn on you? I don't understand.
So
are they like?
It's actually Seegson is the company that manufactures the ship that you are on.
Yeah.
It's they basically are like a trading company, I think. And so it's kind of an outdated company actually because in the day and age that you're living in the game, you are actually like androids are much further along. Like androids are actually almost indistinguishable from humans.
They're more advanced.
Right. They're like I said, they're almost indistinguishable from humans. The thing that sets them apart is that they speak with a British accent. So humans speak with an American accent like us, and then androids will speak with a British accent is what seems to set them apart. But
that's a really like shitty distinction, but
yeah, it is kind of weird.
Like,
but
what if it's just a British dude?
I don't care.
Yeah.
But I mean, but when you get to the ship, the androids that are there are like outdated androids, and they're clearly androids. Like you can see them; they're all bald. They don't have like normal looking skin. They have like pale looking skin.
They're obsolete.
They look animatronic, and their voices do not sound like human voices. Their eyes glow.
They're older models.
Yeah, and so you have to kind of explore the lore of the game, but it basically gets into like Seegson is a failing company, and the ship is actually about to be decommissioned. And an alien gets onto the ship, and actually they were almost intending for it to happen. They wanted to study the specimen and stuff, and as part of that, they decided to turn the androids on the humans and kill off any human life, so that they could, obtain the alien specimen. It's a war machine, is what they want to use it as, which is actually the origins of the alien. If you know anything about the lore The alien is actually part of an ancient battleground, and they created it to fight Predator. The original Predators, they're a race, and so Alien was created to fight them in an ancient battleground by the engineers, I think. Which have you seen?
Is that an Alien?
What, the engineers?
Or like that story, the background story?
That's lore. It's part of Alien versus Predator, I think, is when they explain that.
Yeah, but I don't know if is that canon? I don't know.
I think so.
It is?
Yeah. Because, well, I don't know. I mean, I think so.
I'm not an expert on Alien. I do enjoy the movies, but I'm not an expert.
I really enjoy the movies. I mean, I enjoy the whole aesthetic of it. I mean, if you think about it,
they have some good comics too,
and it's kind of interesting because they have they have fucking comics.
They have comic books, bro. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, Predator versus Alien, Predator comic books.
I didn't even know that. Holy shit! As someone who loves Alien, damn. I guess I gotta fucking read those.
Yeah, I'm sure they sell them on Amazon.
Shit. But so now I lost my train of thought. God damn it. Fuck me.
It's a great universe, though.
It's
crazy good.
So one of the things that I love about it the most is the aesthetic that they try to push, because you mentioned it's a futuristic universe, and it is. It takes place in like 2200 or 2100 something.
So 200 years from our current day. Yeah.
Yeah, approximately 100 to 200 years after today, and what they do is they look at it from the perspective of somebody in the 80s. Because that's when the original movies were released, right? So, like, if you think of Back to the Future, for example, the movie was set in 2020, I think. The last movie,
or like
Back to
Blade
the Future
Runner,
3 is.
Blade Runner is set in 2017, 2020. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, to what they consider the future, which is 40 years in the future for them.
They should have made it longer because we were nowhere near.
Yeah, that we're nowhere near the technology they thought we would have, which is kind of disappointing, actually. Kind of speaks to what we thought we would have.
Flying cars and shit in Blade Runner.
Well, even in Back to the Future, they had flying cars.
Yeah, true.
They had flying cars. They had hoverboards. They had the self-tying Nike shoes. Those are pretty dope. Well, those
are cool. I think they made those, right?
I think they did. Yeah. But it's kind of difficult to manufacture something like that automatically tightens to the wearer,
to your ankle width.
Well, because it's not just the. I think it's meant to be like the shoe size adjust automatically too. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. So. But I mean, you think about looking at it through the spectacle of someone in the 80s or something like that, right? So they see the technology that we have, but they try to imagine what technology would look like 40 years or 50 years or 150 years in the future, right?
Yeah.
So when they designed Alien, I mean, the computers are black and green. Yeah. The super advanced technology systems that they have.
They got the old mainframe stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have color GUIs. You know what I mean? Like the GUIs, like the graphical user interfaces. They don't even have color GUIs. I mean,
talk about advancement in that area of technology.
Exactly.
For sure.
They have such basic interfaces, yet they have ships that can go light speed. They have
can go faster than light.
Yeah, I mean, they have
faster than light drives.
What the fuck is that process called? Where you freeze yourself?
When
you freeze yourself?
Cryogenesis?
Yeah, when they have
cryostasis.
They have cryostasis sleep.
Yeah.
Like they're so advanced,
which we technically do have in our day and age.
Do we really?
Yeah, there's people that freeze themselves that hope that in the future that they're dying. There are people that are at the end of their lives or have chronic illnesses, and they've agreed to be cryogenically frozen. It's like for rich people. There's like a plant in like Iowa or some shit where they freeze the people.
Yeah.
And that they hope that they can be revived in a later age.
Like some Walt Disney shit where they're like that theory that Walt Disney's head is frozen somewhere.
Yeah, that they can revive them with like badass technology in the future. That's what the hope of the people that are dying is.
Back for Blood type shit, bro.
Yeah,
that's gonna be the end of the world.
Yeah, I don't know. So the company that does it takes their money, freezes them, and I don't know, some of them I think are already pronounced like dead. And so on the time of their death, they instantly like freeze them. And so that way when they're...
The hope is that they can revive them.
Yeah, when they're thawed out, if they ever do thaw them out, the company will kind of fund them to be revived with the technology of the current day.
Interesting.
But I mean, yeah, that's
well, yeah, but I mean,
to us it seems
maybe
kooky.
we have something like
to
that.
me, it seems kooky in this day and age, but who knows?
Well, but it's also a very different type of cryostasis because in the
they have like little pods with the glass on them and stuff.
Well, and in the series,
people,
in the universe of Alien, cryostasis is meant more for travel.
To travel,
it's sleeping so that you don't really have to experience the years in between travel. Because even at
you don't age.
Even at light speed, it's going to be years before you reach certain destinations at certain distances. Right?
Yeah.
So
it's not really faster than light. It's just
right. Well, it's the speed of light, which is the fastest anything can go. I think.
Yeah, propulsion. It's propulsion at light. Yeah, light.
Well,
speed,
okay. So to get technical here, it's the speed of light in a vacuum.
Speed of light in a vacuum. Yeah.
Because light can actually be slowed down by certain mediums. But
yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, it's interesting to see because I mean you see the black and white interfaces. I mean you see like the padded walls on the edge of the spaceships that they have. You know what I mean? Like the androids that some are realistic and some are not.
They still got the tube screens. The tube, what are they called? Yeah, like the old school tube.
Yeah,
screens.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
instead of like flat screens nowadays. Yeah.
I mean, it's ancient. You know what they have. You know, and
that's part of the aesthetic, though. It's part of the aesthetic of Alien.
Exactly, and that's what makes it. And Alien Isolation captures that because even nowadays, I mean, I think Alien Isolation was originally released in like 2013 or 2014. No, I mean maybe it was later than that. Actually,
yeah, I think it's maybe even earlier. Oh no, I don't want to say that's right.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was earlier than that. I would have to check on that, but it was released, not too long ago. But I mean, they obviously had a better idea on the technology that we have. Obviously, by then we had color TVs and flat screens and shit like that. But they still chose to stick with that aesthetic. They still chose to, in the game, to maintain that sort of 80s aesthetic.
October 2014.
October 24. Okay, so it wasn't that far off.
Yeah, it wasn't that far off, yeah.
Which, also, graphics of that game, very aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. They're not like, ultra realistic, like the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Yeah. But they're super fucking good. They really are fantastic.
Damn good animation.
Yeah.
What's the company that makes it? Creative Assembly and Feral Interactive.
There you go.
I wonder what else they make.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I think the aesthetics, the physics of the game, like I said, you progressively gain more damaging weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, you start off with like a revolver, for example, and you work your way up to a flamethrower and a shotgun.
And it does nothing to the alien?
The flamethrower, it doesn't kill the alien, but the flamethrower scares it away. Which is the same thing with like Molotovs. Like if you're creative enough early on when you learn the Molotov crafting recipe, you can actually defend yourself pretty well against the alien. You just toss a Molotov out and scare the shit out of it. It works pretty well.
They don't like fire,
yeah.
It burns
but I mean,
the hive.
there's like the classic elements of any video game, which is like the puzzles. Obviously the horror aspects. You sit in a fucking locker for 30 minutes with your motion tracker out. You'll understand what I'm saying. Which has fucking happened to me.
Gling.
Yeah, because I'm sitting in a locker and I'm just watching it walk in circles. I know the route by heart at that point.
Cling, 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 and then like, yeah, yeah. Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's one of the that's something that I've watched. There's a streamer I like watching, and like I remember I was telling you, Manny, over text that he has like a master's in film and cinematography. And so one of the movies that we watched, he has like a film class. And so one of the movies that we watched a couple of months ago as like a film class. So he streams and he does it on Amazon Prime. And so, because Twitch is owned by Amazon, if he does it on Amazon Prime, he can do watch parties. And so everybody who's streaming can watch it with him. And so that's what we do. We watch part of that like community. And we watched Alien, and he said that was like one of the best choices they could have done in terms of like technology and building the suspense of the soundscape, like how they use the sound with the motion tracker, and how the beep gets like higher pitched as the thing is coming towards you, and
higher pitched and faster.
And so he said that was like a really incredible, like not only soundscape design, but like like the future piece of technology designed to like get you into the suspense thriller atmosphere,
to get
that
the fucking blood pumping,
the blood
bro.
pumping, that that something's coming but you don't know where it is or what it is, and they don't see anything, so that it builds a suspense.
And that's
a great suspense building element.
That's a pretty common theme in general
of the movie
in soundscapes. I mean, if you look at any soundscape, I mean, even if it's just an orchestra, one of the most common things that you hear when they like to build suspense is they get violins. They use dissonance, where they have notes that don't seem to go together, and they progressively get higher pitched as it seems like danger is imminent. You know what I mean? It's just a natural way for humans to react.
I wonder if that's because like when humans are scared that we shriek, oh shit, I dropped the thing, but that we shriek. I don't know what it is, but that we shriek, is that, I wonder if that's why we associate like higher pitched noises with like suspense,
maybe
or danger, perhaps.
Maybe
that's like an evolutionary thing.
Well, and I think it's like
I mean, because like a lot of animals would do that. They'll make a call. They'll call like something loud so that to let their other, like, especially if they're like pack creatures, to let other members of the society or pack know that there's danger imminent. Like the prairie dogs do that. Wolves do that. I mean, a lot of animals do that. Hyenas.
Well, and like even the soundscapes in Alien Isolation, which, by the way, fantastic soundscapes.
Yeah.
Because
talk about making like what makes a game good. This is the music, And
we've talked about this
same
before.
thing with movies as well. Yeah.
It really makes it iconic. It really emphasizes the setting.
Yeah.
Because like,
it immerses
especially in Alien Isolation, there's a lot of I don't know exactly the instrument, but it sounds almost like flutes that they use, and
Spooky.
it gives almost like a desert Star Wars vibe kind of that you get. I mean, when you're on
Binary Suns,
exactly, yeah. I mean, when you're on Tatooine, I think is when we get that sort of flute music. But
it's a trumpet, I think, actually.
I don't know, but anyways, I mean, in Alien Isolation, it sounds a lot more like a flute. It's definitely not brass instruments.
Yeah.
But there are times when it's almost meant to make you feel safe, and then it immediately cuts out and just transitions to something that just makes your heart absolutely fucking rip out of your chest. I mean, there are times when like the second that I open a door
and you're like,
my like I'm holding a mouse and keyboard and I fucking throw the mouse across the room, bro. Like, as soon as I open the door, I'm like, holy shit! Like, I absolutely shit my pants right there. You can see the waveform explains that right there.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's good that it makes you feel that way.
It's the best feeling of immersion in a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Alien Isolation, I've had several playthroughs at this point. Yeah. The first time I played it was on easy, just because I wanted to kind of get the story and all that.
Yeah.
The second time I played it, so the first time I played it was on Xbox. It was when I was younger. I think it was in high school when I played it first. The second time that I played it was not too long ago, actually. It was several months ago, because Epic actually released it for free on the Epic Game Store at one point. I played it on PC, mouse and keyboard. Oh my god, such a good... It still holds up to this day. I mean, such a good game. One of the things that I wish they would create... Excuse me, I burped. One of the things that I wish that they would create a co-op for it, because I would love to be able to strategize certain things in that game. Yeah. Like, for example, if there are enemies in front of you, I would like to be able to coordinate, like, a bait and switch kind of thing. Yeah. Like, one of you acts as the bait and maybe lures players towards you, and maybe even draws a firefight. While the other player goes and obtains the objective, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I see.
I mean, the game itself has elements like that are really, really good. You know, they have a lot of really fun interaction that you can create. A lot of fun elements in your fights, because the crafting becomes super essential to your survival. Like, at a certain point, especially if you're playing on expert, the way that I did the second time. I don't know if I explained that, but the second time I played it on expert, or whatever the hardest difficulty is, I can't remember it. But it definitely becomes essential to use everything at your disposal, because you will 100% attract the alien. Because one of the biggest mechanics is that, like, for example, if you're in a fight against androids, or if you're in a fight against humans, if you fire a shot, the alien is going to come find you, and it's going to murder everyone in sight, whether it's you, whether it's androids, whether it's humans. It's going to slaughter everybody.
So, like, one of the strategies would be like shoot and then hide, and then watch it kill everything.
100%. Sometimes
it's going to be there.
Exactly. You attracted it, and officially now you're in hiding mode. You know, there's a part where you can be aggressive, and there's a point where you're in hiding mode. And there were several times during my playthrough where like I had no option but to shoot. Like I wasn't even thinking of attracting the alien.
Yeah.
But like I would open a door and there was an NPC right there. I would just instinctively I would try to swing at them, but if they were too far, I would fire. Yeah, because I had no other option. I was gonna die. Yeah. So I would fire, and as soon as I fired, like in the back of my head, I was like, "Fuck! I need to get out of here. I need to hide."
Yeah.
Because I knew exactly what was coming. And you hear it as soon as you fire. The music drops. Like you hear the cellos go in and the violins just they go through like that they go through the phonetic scale on a like a dissonance almost.
Oh god.
And you can feel the soundscape change. You can feel the environment around you turn absolutely pessimistic. And I'm just like, I need to hide. This is where, like, I'm gonna fucking die if I don't hide.
Fight or flight. Fight or flight.
Yes, fight or flight. Absolutely.
Flight.
Absolutely. And I go into full fight or flight mode. I go and hide in a locker, and I watch all the NPCs around me get slaughtered.
Get murdered.
Yeah, I see the little motion dots just start falling off my motion tracker. I see them just start disappearing.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, so that's my spiel. Alien Isolation. Damn. Definitely my favorite futuristic game. It's a really good playthrough. The time that I played it recently, it was free on the Epic Game Store. If you're still able to get it, I would 100% recommend trying it out. It is considered a horror game. I will admit there are definitely times where it's going to scare the shit out of you.
It's probably like I was saying, like probably like one of the best sci-fi horror games out there. I mean, I can't really think of a lot of sci-fi horror games. There's definitely horror, like supernatural games. Yeah, there's not like a lot of sci-fi horror that I think are like great.
It's difficult to think of one.
Yeah. They're definitely like it's a good horror game when like you just see it people playing and you're like, fuck no, I'd never play that.
Yeah, like Outlast, bro.
Yeah, fuck no, I'd never play that. So
well, I guess parting note is if you decide to play this game, there are going to be points where you are absolutely frozen in your tracks. Like you are in a locker and you just can't do anything. Like you're just like you see the alien in front of you and you're just like, fuck, I cannot do anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a tip right now. Sometimes you got to just nut up or shut up.
Yeah,
like
just
sometimes
run.
So, exactly, bro. Run. Sometimes you pull out a Molotov, you run right at that motherfucker, you throw a Molotov in his face and you run right past him. And you just hope to God that he's like catch up to you.
It's like
that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
That was pretty accurate. So yeah,
it's like shooting its little mouth muncher thing that comes out of its maw.
The mouth muncher, the ass muncher that comes out of its fucking face.
Ass muncher. Yeah. The little heart stabber thing, whatever.
Yeah, dude, the fucking face stabber.
Yeah,
dude.
Face stabber.
I think more often it just fucking shanks you in the face.
Yeah, because it'll shank you in the face, or eat your stomach.
Yeah,
like in Alien versus Predator Requiem, where it's like a pregnant lady and then they just eat her stomach, bro. Eat the baby.
Fuck.
It's fucked up, dude.
It is fucked up.
It's great though. Fucking love it. Fucking love it. So I guess that's a great choice, man. I was like, fuck. Like, honestly, I hadn't had a lot of time to. I came up with the question, but I didn't even really think about it. And I did have an answer though. I kind of thought about it slightly. I guess my answer is Dune. I think the Dune universe is really interesting.
Really?
Yeah, because I watched Dune for the first time. I had never heard of it before since they announced the new movie. And it's on HBO Max, and I have HBO Max because of my internet.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max.
I'm watching it then.
The original...
I have not heard of it either.
It's so confusing, bro. I watched it for the first time, and it's a great film. It kept me engrossed the entire time. But it only kept me engrossed because I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I was like, what the fuck is happening half the time? Yeah. It's definitely one of those movies you have to watch again and then appreciate like all the stuff that happens.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a movie that... like I would appreciate going to like that streamer who kind of breaks down the film for you in the film class. I greatly appreciate his insight so I can understand the movie better. I've only ever seen it once, but yeah, like I would like to watch it with his opinion and see what he says about it.
So let me ask you something.
A great sci-fi movie. It's a great sci-fi movie. It's kind of like a Star Wars-esque in a way, even though I think it came out before Star Wars. And it's kind of like a Blade Runner-esque. It's like in this golden age, or like, like a Alien-esque, kind of came out in this golden age of like old school sci-fi, where it's like, very...
The 80s is definitely that golden age.
Yeah, the old school sci-fi classics. And it's just, there's a lot of lore. There's a lot of lore present that they don't bother to explain. So they just kind of throw you into the universe, and you learn about the universe as you go.
I feel like that's a lot of the Alien, to be honest, and they've expanded upon that at this point.
And I think that's what makes a good. What makes a good setting good. You know, because it makes people want to learn more.
The mystery
like,
that's
why is it like this? How did these people get to this? How did this society get where it is? Why are these people like this? Why do they serve this creature? Like I remember, there's a creature in Dune that comes out. And there's like a human empire, and there's houses, right? Like kind of like in Game of Thrones. And so each house is like not cool with each other. They all hate each other, the different houses, right? And each house is very different. They have different ideals and standards. And so like there's the human emperor, and there's like these mystic ladies, like this order of sisters that are like not human, but they're like psychic of some kind, and like I don't know, it's really weird. And then there's like this giant space slug thing, like almost like a Jabba the Hutt, but it's
just thinking
like
of that shit,
it's like a giant space maggot, and it's like in this giant container, and so it has like a retinue of other creatures that follow around with it and speak for it. And so the giant space maggot comes and speaks with the human emperor, and he's like, hey, like you can't I need you to kill like the youngest son of House fucking Pallades or Atreides, whatever it's called. House ladies or because he's like he's a prophesized to become like a great leader, and I need him dead, because if he's dead, then I can like keep.
Well, then he can't become a great leader.
Keep ruling, and these creatures control spice, and spice is like I think is a fuel for like interstellar travel, so that's why it's really important.
Okay.
And so in that Dune universe, I mean, like again, I don't understand it 100%. And so if there's a lot of if there's big Dune fans out there, they'll probably like murder me. But like I think that's what it is. Spice is a important fuel to like a power. I think interstellar travel or like warp travel perhaps. And these space maggots, they're like a race of aliens that have the monopoly on space travel, and so you need the space maggots to like do interstellar travel or some shit like that. And so that's why they all like the humans all like kind of obey them.
Yeah.
The emperor obeys them because like the space maggot's like, hey, if you don't kill this guy, I'm gonna fuck over your spice supply. And so everyone wants spice. And so there's like this planet Arrakis, which is like a sand world, kind of like Tatooine. And there's like these giant sandworms. And there's
sounds like fucking Mad Max almost.
Yeah,
except he's using water instead of spice.
Yeah, and so the people on Arrakis are like have spice in them because the spice is mined on Arrakis. And so people, they like naturally infused with them. And
so that's like a fucking Adam and Eve kind of thing.
So
now,
there's another house that owns Arrakis, and they mistreat the people that live there, especially the indigenous people. And so when the House Pallades come around, the other house leaves a trap for them, and they kill all the people in House Pallades. And so the kid has to run away, and he's like prophesized. He has like this dream, and I don't know if you've ever heard the saying "fear is the mind killer." But that's where that's from. It's from Dune. And
how old is this movie?
It's like from the 1980s, 1970s. Yeah.
So again, like you, I had never heard of the original movie.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailers.
It's coming out on the 22nd. That's why I bought my ticket to go see it already. So
did you really?
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer for the new movie. The only reason I'm honestly interested in it is because Hans Zimmer composed it.
Oh yeah.
He was the one that composed the Soundscapes
Interstellar.
For that.
Ooh.
Hans Zimmer fucking
killed it with the Interstellar score, bro.
Oh my god, I fucking love Hans Zimmer, dude.
What a great score.
I saw a TikTok of him like kind of promoting Dune or whatever, and he talks about how it's actually one of the most interesting movies that he's seen.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me because I'm like, okay.
I think there's a lot of
fucking Hans Zimmer.
I think there's it's kind of like it has never had kind of the following that Star Wars has had, and so I think because of that, it hasn't had like a chance to explain some of the like cool badass stories in that universe, and I feel like it's underrated. It's a cult classic that hasn't been greatly appreciated, and like the effects are not the best. Like I think Star Wars effects are better, honestly. Maybe that's why it's more popular. But Dune is definitely cool. It's definitely up there with the sci-fi classics, and I think it's really cool. I think it deserves to be explored more as a universe, as a setting. There should be more stories.
Who's the director of Dune?
I don't know.
So one thing I will say, Hans Zimmer tends to work with Christopher Nolan a lot.
Or the original Dune.
The new Dune.
I don't know.
Hans Zimmer works with Christopher Nolan a lot.
Yeah.
Because Hans Zimmer did Inception, he did Interstellar, and he also did The Dark Knight.
Yeah, you can look it up.
He did Dunkirk.
I can Google it. can Google who the director.
He also did Gladiator.
Gladiator. Fuck, dude. Dude, that video that when he's dying and the like vocalist, I don't know who it is, but it's great, bro. It makes me cry, bro. The ending of Gladiator makes me cry. I'm like, he's going in with his family. Bro, I fucking get emotional. He's finally gonna be with the. He's dying honorable death. Yeah, it's fucking great, dude. Makes me sob.
Never mind. It's Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, so I don't know who that is.
Another guy. I've never heard of him before.
I'm sure
but
he's an accomplished actor if he's taking on the mantle of Dune, which is like again a cult classic. And I think the trailers that I've seen of Dune, of the new Dune, I think
that's him. I have no idea who he is.
Make it. Well, I don't know. I make it very approachable. I think that the Dune universe kind of, you know, deserves more stories to be told in it. I think it's kind of a cult classic. It's a little bit underappreciated, even though it's a great sci-fi story that kind of begets this larger universe where there's a lot of, you know, lore behind it of the, you know, histories of how these characters got to where they are and how these, narrative drivers are present in the story and how they got to be there. And so I think Dune is a good example of a story of a sci-fi setting that I think is really cool. It's really interesting, simply because it's, like I said, it hasn't been explored. I think there's a lot of potential for the stories to be told in that universe. And I'm hoping this new Dune, which looks very digestible, like it looks like a very approachable kind of modernized version of it. Because I was telling Manny before we got cut off that the original Dune is kind of a little dialogue heavy, and the dialogue in it is the scripting in it is a little like pretentious. Like it's kind of hard to understand exactly what is happening, especially narratively, plot wise. There's a lot of things. There's like the space maggots that like control the spice.
I asked this, but I mean,
it's weird.
I realize I already asked this.
Yeah.
Well, we got cut off, so I need to re-ask this.
Yeah.
But when you say pretentious, I mean, to me, pretentious seems like it would be like gatekeepy almost.
No. I just mean that it's a little bit, a little bit aloof. Like they expect you to do some homework on the movie. That it doesn't hand you the plot. And so some people might just call that good. You know, some people might call that good. But a lot of times, especially in modern movies, the plots are very easy to understand.
Yeah.
And so in this movie, it's not. It's
I think most modern movies just kind of assume that the audience knows nothing.
Yeah,
you know
maybe, yeah.
And I think I don't know. I mean, almost to me, it seems like they're just trying to make it more accessible to the most amount of people possible because they want to make the most money out of it.
And so without understanding the lore of kind of Dune, you wouldn't understand half of the characters.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have to do your homework and kind of research. And it's one of those movies that kind of like I said, as a first time watcher, there are several movies that I watch and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And those are the movies that have always stayed with me. So Dune is one of those movies where the first time I watched it, I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the ride, Habibi, but I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Habibi,
I appreciate the art. I appreciate the visual effects. I appreciate the plot and the acting, but I have no idea what the fuck is happening.
Well, and you know, this new movie is kind of interesting. Like, they cast Timothée Chalamet, I think, as one of the main characters.
I think he's going to be a great, I don't know what the character's name is, but he's like the main character, but he's like the prophesied, like he's the, the new leader.
And he's actually, he's worked with Hans Zimmer before, because he was in Interstellar. Obviously he's worked with Christopher Nolan, if that's the case. The other movie that I saw him in that was actually a really good movie that I think was The King. What a really that was such a good movie. That was also a really good movie. He does a really good job of kind of being an underdog almost in that movie.
Yeah, nobody expects anything from him,
especially because he's such a scrawny looking guy.
As the boy king.
Yeah, and he really proves himself on Battlefield. He proves himself in Blood.
Yeah.
And I mean, Timothée Chalamet, I think is a really good choice for the kind of character that it seems to be in Dune. Because again, I know nothing about Dune. I absolutely know nothing.
Well,
about
he's
it.
kind of playing a similar role. He's kind of playing the role of the kind of the son of like a dynasty of a house in this universe. He's the son of a very powerful house. He's the son of the patriarch of a house of very influential humans that are part of this empire.
Bro,
yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt you right now.
It's pouring again.
Oh, that too.
Oh, what's up?
Rip. Well, there's gonna be some background noise. There's some ASMR for you guys.
Yeah, some peaceful rain noises.
So I just realized Timothée Chalamet was also cast as Willy Wonka.
Oh yeah, the young Willy Wonka. Yeah.
In the new movie Wonka.
Yeah,
I think it's coming out in like 2022 or 2023.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why that memory slapped me in the face right now. I saw a picture of him.
Yeah, as Willy Wonka
in the iconic purple sort of coat,
the top
that
hat
he wears with the top hat and the
cane.
Yeah. Timothy Chalamet was cast in that movie as well.
I think he's gonna be a good Willy. He's gonna be a good Willy Wonka.
I think he's gonna have to be a very dynamic actor to be able to take on a role like that.
Yeah, because Willy Wonka's kind of kooky.
Almost eccentric.
Yeah, very very eccentric.
Yeah, eccentric is probably the way I would describe him.
Motherfucker goes to like some exotic land, discovers cocoa beans, and then like hires all the natives to make cocoa beans in his factories. Yeah,
all the fucking like 1 foot tall natives.
Yeah, the Oompa Loompas, bro. Like, it's
just
fucking weird. Colonizer. Fucking colonizer, bro. No, but
imperialism.
Loki kind of true though. But at least he pays the name. At least he pays the native.
Yeah, he pays wage, and he houses them too.
He houses them as well. So at least he does that.
At least we assume it's a fair wage.
Yeah, we assume it's a fair wage. Anyways, but yeah. So I'm kind of excited for this new Dune movie. I like the Dune universe because it's one of the one of those movies that I personally has stayed with me that motivated me to learn more about the universe so I could understand the movie, the plot of the movie.
Dude, I mean the trailers themselves,
yeah,
which is in my opinion uncharacteristic of trailers nowadays.
Yeah.
The trailers explain nothing about the movie.
Yeah, which I think
there's
is really
fucking
good.
Worms.
Yeah,
I know that. There's
fucking
the big Alaskan bullworm. Like there's that fucking shit in there.
Yeah.
Or big hairy Alaskan bullworm, whatever the fuck it's called.
The Dune worms.
Yeah. Those are pretty clearly shown in the trailer, but.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I think the problem with trailers in most cases is that they show way too much of the movie.
Yeah,
they give away a lot more of the plot than they should. And Dune does fucking none of that. Like I don't know anything about the movie.
I think that's
just by watching the trailer.
I think that's reminiscent of the original movie itself. Again, like I said, it's one of those movies that I didn't understand, half of the time what was happening.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand the lore of the universe. But again, that's why I think that Dune is good, because it makes you want to wonder about those things. Kind of like Star Wars, but the larger universe that Star Wars is set in. That's probably why it's enjoyed such success that it has, is that there's been an ability and demand from the fan base for there to be stories told in the larger universe. And I think that's what Dune is deserved.
Well, demand and budget.
Yeah. And I think that's what Dune is deserved as well. And I'm hoping that with this new resurgence, this new reboot of Dune, that it will get kind of that fan base, and that it'll be a push. There'll be a demand from consumers to watch more Dune content.
You think Dune could ever get like a mini series on the side? Like
100%. Like I said, I think it's a setting that begets more stories to be told.
You think so?
To expand, to explore the universe that Dune is set in. Because it's very interesting, and there's a lot of interesting, memorable characters.
Yeah.
Like I said, the space maggots, the empire of humans. There's like
I got none of that from the trailer. I didn't realize there were houses in this. fucking thing.
House Atreides, and there's another house with the bad guys that are. He's like this. He has this like technology that allows him to float, and he's just this nasty, disgusting, like fat. He he sucks the serums out of people, and he uses it on himself. He's like infested. He's like infected. It's really weird. Like I'm telling you, like I said, this is one of those movies that stays with you because you don't know what the fuck is happening. But yeah, it's really good. It's another movie that reminds me of that is Prometheus. And Prometheus is actually one of the Alien movies.
It is.
It's an Alien.
It's where we're first introduced to the engineers.
Alien prequel, and I remember watching it and then watching it because I thought it was a cool sci-fi movie and different sci-fi movie. And at the end, they hit you with the alien. I'm like, I just never expected that. It took a turn that I never expected. And so when I first watched it, I was like, oh shit, that's fucking cool.
Well, I think David, the British guy in that is an android.
Yeah, he's an android.
Yeah,
and all crazy.
It's part of the Alien universe, and yes, they have that twist ending where you see the alien and everything like that.
The ones like Alien Covenant that follows that is okay, but Yeah, the Prometheus is definitely one of those movies where it's definitely one of my favorite movies. I think I've watched it like 7 times.
Shit, really?
Yeah, that's how much I like the movie. And I really don't like movies like that because they all like die horrible deaths. It's like almost like a horror movie.
That's definitely what they're known for. Horror.
So it's like, again, like a sci-fi horror. And so almost when first time I watched it, I didn't like it, but I liked the ending of the alien twist so much that I kept going back and watching it again.
It's such a fantastic
movie. I really love that movie. I think it's really good. I think it was really well done. I think, kind of retcon some of the stuff in like, the Alien universe, and I don't know, like some, Alien fans might disagree with me. I know that the guy that I watched stream with when we watched Aliens, he mentioned, Prometheus, and he says how Prometheus was kind of like, a little wonky in terms of like plot line. But I don't know. I just like the twist of the alien so much at the end that I was like,
I personally love the connections that Prometheus made. Because,
I thought it was
obviously
really cool.
It connected the aliens universe. It gave us an explanation as to the creation of man in that universe.
We were bioseeded, bro.
Exactly. We were created by the engineers. Our God
we're an experiment.
And they were disappointed in us.
Yeah,
they went so far as to be like, that's a mistake.
Failed creation.
And actually, in Alien Isolation, you get a peek of the ship that comes out in Prometheus.
Oh,
there is a mission where you get to you view actually through the lens of another team that's on the ship that actually landed on Prometheus and explored the ship and saw you see the driver's seat where the engineer sat in the ship. I mean, you down to the part where you find the face huggers. That's actually how the alien gets onto the ship in Alien Isolation. Is there's a face hugger that attaches itself to one of the team members of that group, and then that group ends up on the ship where Amanda Ripley lands, and that's how the alien is introduced into that game and everything. But it's like it goes full circle, and I love it when fucking series do that, when universes do that. I mean, it's what Marvel does all the time.
Yeah, the continuity.
Yeah, and it's so fucking awesome to see them plug
continuity
that
and consistency is what people like. They like to see their characters come back.
Yeah, and I don't know a whole lot about Dune, but I definitely am gonna watch it. Especially based on your description so far, because I didn't realize there was so much lore behind it.
It's very, like I said, very lore heavy. Again, I need to watch it again. I've only watched it once, but I need to watch it again definitely, so I can more appreciate kind of the, because I wasn't even paying. I was so engrossed in the plot that I wasn't even paying attention to like the cinematography, the color changes, like the soundscape. The soundscape is really cool too. So I think that's another part that it immersed me. I noticed that like the sound effects are really cool. But yeah, it was so engrossed in the plot that I didn't really pay attention to the other kind of technical aspects of the film. And I do think that cinegraphically or cinematography, whatever you want to call it,
cinematographically,
cinematographically. I don't know if
cinematography, cinematographically,
cinematographic. Fuck, I don't know. But yeah, cinematically. There we go. Cinematically, that in terms of cinematically, that it's the camera shots, the angles are also good, but I'm not that film major, so I'm probably uncultured to.
You're probably
say that.
More of a cinephile than I am.
Yeah, probably to like say that, but I want to say that some of the angles and the shots that they get are pretty good. Kind of capture that. Whew, you finished that. I think
such a boozy taste behind that.
But other than that, that's my favorite. Going on a tangent with Prometheus, but yeah, definitely Dune and Prometheus are up there in some of my favorite films. I'm a big fan of sci-fi.
So it just so happens that we match up on some of our futuristic favorite sci-fi films.
Yeah, I definitely like Prometheus. I mean, I love the original Aliens. I love Alien and Aliens, and then Alien 3. And then the fourth one.
There are definitely some installments that are not.
Yeah,
the greatest.
Like the third one is. They could have just cut out the third one and made the fourth one, and the fourth one would have been okay. But definitely Aliens. I think Alien is great, and then Aliens builds upon Alien, and it kind of perfects it. So I would argue even that Aliens is better. But I like Dune. I like Alien. So yeah, we're all Gucci. We're all homeboys here, bro. Dune, and Alien bros unite, bro. Right?
Unite.
It's like it's like the meme of the two guys clasping hands. They're all buff, dude. And it's like two different fandoms together. Yeah.
No, but what you got to do is you got to do it like Spartan style, where like they don't actually clasp hands. They clasp like forearms.
The Boy Scout fucking forearm.
Yeah, bro. Like where they fucking they just grasp each other's forearms.
For real, bro.
But there you have it, folks. Yeah. Some Alien Isolation, or rather the Alien universe. Alien Isolation is definitely my favorite sci-fi futuristic video game. and some Dune, which I did not know actually got that deep. Like, I mean, again, going back to the trailers, I got none of that from the trailer, which is good. It's a good thing.
Yeah,
it keeps
I think
the
it is a
movie
good
mysterious while making you interested in watching it.
I would recommend
the fact that Hans Zimmer composes.
I would recommend watching the first one, and then that way you kind of have an idea of what you can expect in the second one.
That's definitely what I'm going to do.
If the second one is anything like the first one, it'll definitely be a good movie. And I've heard, because it came out in Europe already, and I've heard that European, because like I said, I go to that streamer's film class, and so people were saying in the film, we watched the film, and I forgot what it was, but people were saying, because somebody mentioned Dune, and so he's talking about Dune, and he's like, yeah, the people from Europe were saying that the Dune, since it already released over there, is good. That it's good. Yeah. So I'm hoping the same here. Yeah. Comes out on the 22nd. You know, go show Dune some love so we can get some more. You know, some more projects in the Dune universe. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
October 22nd in American theaters.
Yeah, and kind of wrapping it up here. Make sure you guys check out the Nerds and Slurs website. Nerds and Slurred Words website. I'm already fucking slurring the words right there. Make sure you guys check out our website. Like I said, we got a bunch of cool stuff on there. Some blog posts.
Maybe I'll be inspired to write
podcasts.
Yeah. Of course, please go check out our articles. Which I have barely contributed to, but maybe I'll be inspired to write a Dune article so I can explain some of the lore behind that.
Oh shit! Here it goes.
Do some research on that.
Here it comes. He's got some really good short stories on there as well.
Some short story. Yeah, one short story.
One short story. But also make sure to go follow the TikTok, the Instagram, the fucking Twitter. Nerds and Slurred Words on TikTok, Slurred Nerds on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you guys go follow us.
Yeah, go follow us.
Get updates on podcasts. Get random tweets throughout the day from us because we're fucking bored.
Go like our shorts.
Go like the shorts.
We should. You know what we should do on our Twitter is I forgot the password already, but you should give me the password, and every time I watch a movie, I'll like post a little like review on there.
That would actually be pretty cool.
That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
I'll post a little short Twitter review.
So you guys got that to look forward to as well. So Slurred Nerds, make sure to go check us out on Twitter. But yeah, that's about all we got for today. A little bit late, I guess. It's fucking Wednesday, and we're drinking some really boozy beer.
I actually feel pretty good. I don't realize the rain picked up a little bit, but I don't think it'll be super bad.
It did a little bit. But anyways, a shout out to the Maredsous monks.
Maredsous, bro.
I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Shout out to them for making a fantastic Belgian triple.
Yeah, an excellent Belgian lager. Oh no, ale.
It's an ale. And it's a triple.
Excellent triple ale. It's beautiful
for a fucking weird ass bottle.
I think the bottles are part of the aesthetic. I think it's really cool. Actually,
it is definitely pretty cool. I'm interested to learn more about Belgian ales.
I'm excited to leave some of my triple to sit. And so, does it have to be refrigerated when it sits, or can it be sitting room temperature? Do you know?
I don't know much.
You're the beer expert here.
Yeah, I need to research a little bit on that because I would. I mean, the thing is
wines
that it's already refrigerated.
Yeah, wines are supposed to be like kind of like humid, room temperature ish area. But
I think that they're not supposed to be refrigerated ever. If that's the case. And we've already refrigerated our beers.
I see. Well, they were already, when I bought them, they're already,
They were refrigerated. So actually, we might need to buy them hot because the problem is that this is a top fermenting ale. Fermentation takes place at a higher temperature. So if they're sitting in a refrigerator at the degree that they're sitting
they won't ferment.
They might not. Yeah. So what we might need to do is actually
leave them out.
Go buy some warm ones and leave them at the temperature that they're at because they ferment hotter actually than the room temperature we're in right now. So even if you left them at room temperature, they'd probably be fine. With that re-fermentation going in the bottle.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Some minor fermentation. Okay.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening. Like I said, I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you guys leave us a review. Please, for fuck's sake, leave us a review. It helps us out a lot because it gets us the algorithm.
Yeah, it boosts us a lot. It helps us get out there. And
make sure to share with your friends if you're actually enjoying it. If you do like listening to the podcast, share us to your friends. Matt, I'm calling you out. Share us to your friends.
Yeah, I'll share it to my friends as well. I did that with one of the previous ones, and it did really well, so I'll continue because I didn't do it last time.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been great. Yeah, go check out sci-fi films and go get some what is it? Maredsous. It's a great Belgian beer. My name is Goya Lopez.
I'm Manny Lara,
and this is Nerds and Slurred Words, baby. Oh yeah, ambrosia.
We'll see you guys later. Have a good night.